Well, thank you, Ruby. The stream is about to start shortly. Just getting a few things set up real quick. But thank you for the follow. I truly appreciate that. Oh, we're starting now, technically. We're just waiting on him to get back. So, nah, it looks fine.
Welcome everyone in. I thank Russell for being here again, which he is part of the host with me. I do want to give a special shout out to our guest, John Bundy. Welcome in, Mr. Bundy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. And again, even though he already said it, again, thank you for joining us for our second podcast on Beard Talk, and of course with our guest.
Yep. Episode number 2 is what I labeled it. So, I know we got some stuff we're going to talk about. Bundy also has some topics he wants to go over. So, I will let it start off with Mr. Russell. Go ahead and bring up our first topic or whatever you want to discuss, sir.
Um, I I was gonna hope we are gonna let our guest go first because I knew as soon as you called on me I was gonna forget what I was some of the topics. But I guess let's go ahead and start off with you know we just got done with Christmas, so how was everybody's Christmas?
Mine was good. Mine was really good.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to say mine was pretty good too. We did some stuff with my family. My mom came down from Tennessee, went to my brother's, had some good Mexican food. We made that. My brother and his wife actually made some awesome. They call them taquitos. They're delicious. And then we did presents with most of just the kids. We really didn't do any for adults. And then as far as ours, we did ours on Christmas Eve night, and it went really well. I think everyone was happy. I mean, my daughter, she got this huge castle, a frozen castle, and she loves that thing. So it was definitely a very good Christmas. Got to enjoy time with the family, and now I'm ready for New Year's. I don't know about you guys.
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Get 2020 out of here.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, with the upcoming year, things will be better. But I mean, we say that every year. Hopefully, the next year will be better. More things to
Yep.
come. But that's all we can do is be hopeful and be.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, as everyone said, I mean, and I know all of us can talk about 2020. It's been up and down, man. I mean, from the Corona stuff to what's going on in the world every day. The presidential election, everything like that. It's been a very up and down year for sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Um, and then continue with the Christmas, so that way it's to kind of stay in the Christmas cheers. What kind of things did you guys get for Christmas? Anything you got that you liked, or anything that memorable?
I mean, mostly what I got was just what I needed clothes. I mean, I asked for some clothes because myself personally, I don't like to go buy clothes. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not the type who goes out and does shopping. So I was just like, hey, buy me some clothes or give me some money for clothes. That's really what I need. And that's what I got. I mean, I got some clothes. My wife, she did surprise me with a beer mug. That's a memorial beer mug for my best friend who passed away this year. So that was awesome. Um, that was kind of something we did in private together. But I thought that was cool. But like I said, clothes, man, that's what I needed. I needed some jeans. I needed a few shirts. She got me some. Well, her mom actually got me some button-up shirts and new vests and stuff. So I was pretty happy about it.
And what about you, Bundy?
Uh, man, I got quite. I'm gonna say I got a lot. Like I got quite a bit that I wanted. Um, my kids, they got everything. They got literally RC cars at every single stop. I'm overloaded with RC cars. Somebody help me.
Now, I actually saw the video you put on your Facebook. Your two sons, you got them that big, like a children's like side by side. That was pretty cool. I bet they love that.
Oh yeah, well that was their mama and papa that actually where I'm at, where I'm filming from. So
Okay.
yeah, they got they got that as their big gift. They had one that they had back in the summer, and my oldest River, he's outgrowing it. So we were like, yeah, we need to upgrade a little bit. So we decided to go ahead and upgrade. Well, they did. They of course they brought me in on it and everything. So yeah, I got a bunch of filming stuff, and I could sit here all night and show you everything I got. But yeah, and you know y'all know how giddy I get over that stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, your filming is something I've always told you that I thought you're pretty good at. I know with you and your family, you decided to go separate ways on your YouTube channel, but I thought that first video, like even editing, I know it was all filmed on a phone. I think you said you have the iPhone 10s Max, if I'm
yep,
correct,
yep.
and just the editing on that. I mean, that was really good. I mean, you do some great stuff, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Man, I did not want to go away from it. I loved filming it. I had a blast doing it. It was
Right.
great. And honestly, it hurts because in a way, because you know, the kid, not just the kids, but the family was going to be the focal point of everything. So I thought, well, okay, you know, it's all right. I'll bounce back. I'll come up with something on my own and do. And man, I've been streaming. Well, not streaming. I've been trying to figure out what other niche to get into because ain't nobody gonna sit there and won't hear me talk for 5-10 minutes straight, just my face. I know bloggers do it. I could blog, but to constantly have to come up with ideas for content is probably the biggest struggle. And in a sense, I think it's kind of like writer's block. You know, you do it, or you come up with so much stuff to do, and
Hmm.
it's like, man, I could do this, I could do this. It's like, you know, I mean, even the wood burning, that's something I love doing, but and I've got some stuff in store for that, and I might do that later. But right now, man, it's just like I want to do something else.
You want to do something else? If you don't mind asking, or if you feel up to sharing, what do you got in mind? What do you want to do?
Man, I don't know. I would like to um, probably just freelance video, just freelance video altogether. Um, but that's not when you anytime you're freelancing I know you see the stuff I post all the time, and it's mostly just like nature stuff.
Hmm.
And my go-to with that really is nature's the best thing and the easiest thing to film. Reason why is because you don't your subject is whatever you choose. It's always there. It doesn't. It's not late. It's you don't have to schedule times. It's just it's all you, nature, and that's it. And I love it. It's a beautiful thing, man. I want to get into like music videos, making music videos. I want to do like other stuff, but it's like I'm so
Commercials, maybe stuff like that.
yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm so scatterbrained with it. It's like what do you do? What niche do you go to?
that's fair. Have you ever tried like putting yourself out there and like advertising? You know, your freelance video work. I know we're in a smaller area, so there may not be as much people interested in that, but it's still like an option.
I got yeah, you know, like around here, you know, with it being local, I would like to do commercials for a bunch of the locals. So like And I spoke with one of them already, and they agreed to it. It was a restaurant, and then we got second round of COVID coming through, and they kind of were like, let's wait. And I said, okay. So, which that was fair. And I'll probably get back up with them here soon and try to do that because I've I don't know, man. Like I have 2 full years of just studying YouTube, the algorithm, and affiliate marketing, and I'll get into some of this stuff later. But I've got just I took 2 years. I started to do a YouTube channel first go around, and then I was like, won't we wait? So I put it off the first time to study. Studied, tried to do it again the second time, and it's like, well, didn't really want to do this, but okay. So it's just constantly reroute.
Yeah, no, and hearing that, man, it's like you're preaching to the choir because that's kind of how it's been with me and streaming. You can look back on my Twitch, and there's been many times where I'll upload something, but I don't put a whole lot of effort into it, and just because it's like something you're interested in, but you have so many ideas and so many things that you'd like to do that it becomes a little overwhelming. Then you're like, well, there's so much to do. What do I do? Where do I start? You know,
Start, yeah.
where do I pick up? And I'm actually really thankful this time that I because of Nate and a few other people, not only have I started to grow, but I actually put more effort into it this time and actually got a good place to start off. So, it's a and that's one thing that I did want to bring up. The community that we've been building with our Discord and Twitch, we have met a lot of awesome people, and it's just been a great community. And I do it. I would love to see you follow your dreams and you know do a little bit of everything. Even if you have to do one video of something one day and then another video a few days later, just do some stuff. Do some extra recordings on when you can, and then even if you don't post them, put them in a backlog so that way when you have time, or at a dry spell, you have things to back up on.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
And that's also something. Not to cut you off, John.
No, you're fine.
Just to diverse it. Like I started off streaming and it kind of was the same way. I did it about a year or so ago, and only did a couple times, and then just got into it and actually set up my stream, put in the work into it, and I've grown it. It's not big or nothing, but I've made a little community, and then I've got Russ in here now, and he helps with the Discord and helps promote it. And I have one moderator who is literally like my mod for the channel. He knows the ins and outs and everything like that. You guys have seen him in there. It's Wolf. He does some good stuff with it, and then just constantly letting it grow and just an option. And I've always wanted to do like the podcast, and I brought it up one day with Russ about doing it, and here we are. We're on episode number 2 now. It's just diverse. I mean, I do love gaming. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I enjoy streaming it. But for me, I get a little upset sometimes because like in my last stream, I talked about it when I was playing Warzone. Was like when I'm not streaming, I seem to do better. But when I'm streaming, it's like
I
I'm doing
feel
horrible.
and I
And
feel
it could be just having the eyes on me or whatnot, or maybe I'm just having a bad day that time. I don't know. And I just wanted to do something a little different. That's why the podcast. It's fresh, it's new to me, and I enjoy it. And it seems like the audience we're getting pretty good feedback stuff, and I'm really enjoying that. And I hope for it to grow further. I mean, maybe one day we could have our podcast posted on like Apple, iTunes, or whatever, their podcast stuff,
that.
Spotify, stuff like that, which would be awesome. You know, I enjoy just talking with everyone and getting to hear the stories and listening to your all's opinions on things like that. And I love having guests in here for sure. Anytime you ever want to be on here, man, I'm 100% for it, or anybody else. But yeah, just that diverse, having multiple options, and pursuing them is different. And like I know you said you tried the YouTube thing and it's just not working out. But you got other stuff. I know you mentioned like woodworking videos. You do really good with woodworking stuff. So that's something to pursue. But I'll go back to you because I know you're trying to talk, buddy.
No, no, you're fine. No, man, like, and this is, and when I'm saying this, I'm talking like Twitch, I'm talking YouTube, I'm talking every social media
Mm-hmm.
platform in general, even if it's Facebook and Facebook gaming, and that's a whole another day's conversation. But anyway, um, like streaming on here and streaming on YouTube, because I know YouTube was the place to go, and still partially is, but Twitch has kind of isolated itself from from everything and pulled away. Hey, Twitch is the place to be. Twitch is the place to stream, and that's where it's at. And I'm all for it. Like I said, I've done nothing but study and analyze YouTube for so long.
Right.
At least it feels like forever, but it's just 2 years. I don't know, man. I just my biggest trouble with it is just trying to figure what niche to get into. I mean, I know I could do it and excel in it. I've got the confidence in myself to do it, but it's just what route to go.
Right.
Because I mean, honestly, if you don't have a niche, like you all got gaming. Okay, I could easily step into and start streaming and start doing gaming and things, and big part of me says jump on that train and do it, but I don't know. Right now, to me, it's just finding where you just fit in, where you just sit and be comfortable.
Right. And I mean that we all feel that way. Like I would love to be a full time, and what I prefer to is not necessarily a streamer, but a content creator. I enjoy making people laugh, and I have different varieties of content. My streaming, my podcast, and then I also do TikToks, which are mostly comedy and stuff on there. They're not really anything with my streaming and stuff. So I'm trying to just throw myself out there in variety, and that's all I am. I just want to talk to people, interact with them, and just bring smiles, and that's pretty much all I care about. And if you like the content you hear, I appreciate it. And if you don't, that's your opinion. I'm not gonna like beg for people to be here or get mad at you if you're not here. It is what it is, and that's one thing I can say about Bundy and Russ. Since I've met Russ, as you both have always been big supporters. I mean, Bundy from like day one, I've been streaming. Again, when I started up, he's always been in there when he can and talking and stuff. Even late nights, I know there's some late nights I was on at like 3, 4 in the morning streaming, and there he was. And I'm like, what are you doing awake right now? But he was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm in bed at 3 and I'm back up at about 10 minutes till 9 to get clocked in. I've been doing it forever, but really, like I said, the biggest thing is find whatever niche you're in, and the number two, probably tied for number one, biggest thing to get into is be consistent. And I'm like you, Nate. I like, man, if I can take, and especially in 2020 and all the crap we went through, everybody's went through, is if I can take, if it's 5 minutes, if it's 10 minutes out of your day, and just make you laugh, make you smile, make you forget about everything that's going on the outside, and I've got you focused on a screen for 5, 10 minutes. I've got your attention to just escape and just forget about whatever you went through that day. Dude, my day is my goal is accomplished. I don't care, the subscribers, all that stuff. That all comes with time, but that's my ultimate goal in creating content. And no matter what niche or what form that I'm in, uh, that's the ultimate goal. Just people want to escape for a
Yeah.
little while. They want to step away and escape. And I mean, if I can help you escape and keep, put a smile on your face, make you laugh, or tell a joke or whatever, hey, my goal's done.
Yeah,
Uh, uh,
100%, and that's like streaming. It is an escape. I agree with that.
oh yeah. I love that too because that kind of follows my motto, you know, and I've been trying to use it more and more lately, so that way it's part of me more, and not just something that I've created and held in and like tried to build up on, but be you, build each other up. It's all about like even and that's why I love this community too that we've started and been involved in. Several, I've been in different discords and like different channels I've been supporting and stuff, but like everybody tends to support each other and build each other up, and that's what I've loved. And of course, there's toxic people and there's toxic places anywhere you go, whether it's on the internet or in real life. Um, but like the amount of people, because like before I just kind of was solo, but now you see
Mhm.
all these people who just they're here to help each other. They do not expect anything in return, but they just and there's some people who just get so happy with what little things it's as little as hitting the subscribe button. It's something as little as liking a video. It's
Hmm.
something as little as just jumping in the chat and saying, "Hey, how are you? I hope you have a good stream." And that makes so many people feel good, especially in 2020 where we had to deal with COVID because we're all disconnected. Whether in your area they're more relaxed or they're more strict about going out in public and stuff. everybody has felt disconnected at one point this year more than any year that I can think of in the last decade. And gaming, YouTube, Twitch, social media, it's all brought people closer. And there's been a lot of people who have just been really kind and wonderful to each other, and I love it. Especially like you go into our Discord right now, there's at least a handful of people that have done so much to help each other out, and it's a beautiful. And like you were talking about earlier, Wolf, he is an amazing guy. Like he has never asked for anything, and
Hmm.
he's always helped us with stuff with the Discord and anything else that like if we had a question or if he we needed something, he was there and he helped other people too. And
Yep.
and Wolf, in case you ever see this, man, again, thank you for everything you do. We truly appreciate it. I know Nate does, and I'm sure as hell do.
Yeah, 100%. And even Bundy, he's helped edit like some little clips and stuff I've made of my streaming, like games here and there, and
Oh,
they were
cool.
like literally what I told him through like texting on Messenger. He did it 100%. And it was awesome. And he didn't ask for anything, anything like that, and it was pretty cool. Especially to have like a community, friends, family, whatnot. It may be to help you out, especially when you're smaller. I mean, I can't afford someone to go pay all this stuff to do this, which I'm also not a full time content creator either. I do have a full time job and a family, so I'm lucky right now to get one day a week I can stream, even if that's the podcast. That's fine with me because I enjoy the podcast and it's something I want to pursue further and grow definitely because this is I enjoy just talking, sitting back, relaxing, talking, bringing up topics, stuff like that. And one topic that I did want to bring up, kind of just it made me laugh. You reminded me of a meme that I saw when you brought up COVID in the areas and the relaxing stuff. So a lot of people may know, with me and stuff like that. COVID's real. I believe it, but I don't think it's not as bad as what people say, and I'm not gonna hide behind a mask. That's how I feel. And a friend of mine and my brother's, she posted a meme on the internet, and it was like people I see out in public with masks on, and it'll have like the one person wearing it right, and then someone that's under their nose or hanging off their ear, down on their chin, or there was one who just didn't have one, and she was like, "I'm the whatever one," which was the one wearing it right. And my brother had commented on it and said, "I'm the top left," which was the one who was wearing it, but it was under his nose. And then I commented on it and said, "I'm bottom left," which was no mask. And he sent a gift back and was just like, "You're a monster." And I said, "I guess I am." And then this kind of did bother me. And if he ever is watching this, I'm not like mad at you or I don't think less of you at all, brother. But he said the whole reason that I wear one is to conform to society, and that kind of just hurt me on the inside. Like I don't feel like anyone should conform to society, like unless I don't know. I mean, that's a whole other thing I get into, but I choose not to conform. I'm my own person, my own family. I believe what I believe, and I feel that the government or anyone else shouldn't have any say about that. But like I said, that could go on days about that subject, so we don't have to go into that necessarily.
Right.
Yeah,
You be preaching, man.
yeah, and what's funny is I'm actually on the opposite end. I'm all for masks, and the way I look at it is, you know, even if somebody doesn't wear a mask, I'm not gonna go out of my way to bug them and get in their face or anything because that just defeats the
Right.
purpose of me wearing a mask. And the way I look at it, the mask may not be the best thing, and I wear one of the ones that covers my beard and stuff because otherwise, I can't get a regular mask on anyways. But the main thing is, if I can at least protect myself and my family, then that's what I'm doing. But I don't expect other people to do it. If somebody wants to do it and they can do it, that's great. But if someone chooses not to, that's their right. We live in America. If
Yep.
somebody doesn't want to,
Mm-hmm.
now
Yep.
granted, if someone is showing symptoms, that's the type of person who needs to stay home and get well, or go to the hospital if it gets bad enough. Don't absolutely go out of your way to possibly infect someone else, and you know just be safe and be smart about it and considerate of other people is really the best way to put it. If you don't wear a mask, that's fine, but at least be considerate of other people.
Yep, for sure. And that's the same way I am. I'm not like I don't bash anyone for it. I mean, I don't care if you wear a mask. If you want to wear a mask, that's your right, and go for it. But I'm not. I just choose not to. I mean, I don't see a point in them. Like I said, that's the stuff we can get into and talk about days upon days. Let's go ahead and move on to our next subject. Bundy, I know you had some topics written down that you wanted to bring up, so I'll go ahead and let you speak freely for a moment.
Okay. My little notes list here. So, um, one major thing I want to shed light on, and I don't mean this just for if you're streaming on any platform, Twitch, YouTube, whatever, and if you're wanting to try to make a little bit of money on it, uh, just to, like as a kickback, not like you're selling products. And like I said, Nate, you and me actually spoke lightly on this, and I didn't really get a chance to complete and totally lay it out. I don't think.
Hmm.
Okay, so there's this thing. It's called affiliate marketing. Um, Amazon has one. Amazon's probably the most well known for it because of YouTubers, and yeah, you're gonna hear YouTube from me for days. That's all I invested in. That's all I know. But affiliate marketing. Here's what it is. For example, you go watch any of your favorite YouTubers. I mean, any of them, any from streamers to just bloggers to whatever. When you look in the description box on their videos, there's little product links that they'll have,
Hmm.
and they'll be to Amazon or DJI or whoever. Even Walmart, like all of your major franchises have a affiliates account. What that is, I know with Amazon's, you have like 180 days. You got like 6 months, and okay, so for you guys, because I know you all stream, you could put what headsets you have, what mics you use, what lights you use, green screens, setups, keyboards, mouses, whatever. The list can go on. And this ain't just for stream. I mean, this is for anybody who wants to do this. I've done it, played around with it, I benefited from it a little bit, and if I ever get a chance to get back into the scheme of YouTube or whatever, I'm definitely going to do it again. Um, so what it is that you click those links, you have a X amount of time because you have when you go through and you set up your account and everything, you have a X amount of time for if somebody clicks on that link, if they don't have to buy that specific product, but if they use that link and then they go and say like, I don't want to use this, I'll go buy me a mop on Amazon or I'll go buy some whatever. If they use that link, they purchase anything with that link within 24 hours. I know this is Amazon's, but and others are probably different. But anyway, um, they use that link. What'll happen is that you'll get a small kickback off whatever they
Hmm.
purchase, and that stuff will build up. So you take your viewers, they go, they watch, and they say, well, and you leave a list. Hey, here's what I stream with. Here is what I film with. Here's what I, whatever. Here's what I do my cleaning videos with. Here's whatever. You just show them what you use, and if they want that, they click on that link. They check out. They purchase it within that 24 hours. You made a little few pennies, nickels, and dimes. You get a percentage depending on what type of products they are and things. They got different percentages for it, but it's a great way to monetize your account early. Now I'm talking YouTube here, and I know Twitch is slightly different, which you all need to educate me a little bit about Twitch.
Don't
Well,
come to me.
Twitch has, yeah, Twitch has the same thing with Amazon. It's through the Amazon affiliates, and it's called Blacklist. And it's something actually. If you go to my Twitch channel and then you go to the about, there is an Amazon Blacklist on there right now through Twitch affiliate, which I don't recommend it. Like especially like where you're at right now, Russ, or even me. I did it just to see what it was like. But basically, with Amazon's is they give you I think like 90 days or 180 days. I don't remember how many it is. I want to say it's 90. And you got to have like at least I think it's like a sale per month or something on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you don't, like you're not on the affiliate program anymore, which I think you can sign back. I don't know for
Yeah,
sure.
you sign right back up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you can sign back up. But I put mine on there. I have my stream gear on there. What everything that's inside my computer, my peripherals, mic, boom arm, pretty much everything I got is on there. And if you ever want to check out what I got, you can check out and see what's in my system through there. You can purchase anything if you want to, stuff like that. So I mean, and I get that it's definitely an awesome program. I've seen other affiliate programs you can use. I want to say like maybe Google has one. I'm not 100% sure. Um, I'm not 100% sure if there is not. I've not looked into it very much, but it's definitely options, and I would say that better for someone who's grown up in the content creation and maybe has a little bit more of a following. More, and maybe even someone who's able to do it more often. Someone like me where I don't get to stream as much as I'd want to. Later down the line, hopefully that'll happen. When my kids get a little bigger and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, currently, I can. I'm like I said, I'm lucky if I can get one day a week right now, which will be helpful. But it's definitely something to look into that when you get like a little bigger and you got a constant following. Constant people in your views, and the more consistent you are, and that's the whole thing with content creation. The more consistent you are, the better it'll be.
Consistency is key. I agree, 100%.
Yeah. Uh,
Yep.
and which unfortunately for some of for a lot of people, really, like even me and you, where we have a full time job, um, it's hard to be consistent because things come up, and and you have and mean we all have family, so you want to spend time with your family, and you have to support them, and unless you're big enough to the point where you're making enough from content on Twitch or YouTube or anything, it's not possible. That's why a lot of times you'll see a lot of YouTubers and Twitch streamers get sponsorships. They'll get um, other content like games, books, merch, and stuff that they make, because
Mm-hmm.
it's not enough at times, and me and you were talking about a little bit earlier, Nate, how just how little you can get from like ad revenue and from Twitch, which I'm close to affiliate. I haven't hit it yet, and I'm more than happy that I met my 50 follower goal, but way before I thought I was gonna hit it. I didn't think I'd hit it until maybe January, mid January next year. But I hit it, and I had a lot of lovely people that just helped me hit it and surpass it. Not and, just like with the donations that I did for the charity. Which unfortunately has ended, but I can't wait to do another charity. But and that's the thing, like you just have to have content and
Yeah.
other choices and options, and it's just about going out there and looking for it, networking, and just building up, because otherwise it's you're limited.
Very, very limited, and especially with the pandemic going on in the world and most people being at home. Like bigger states, they're more lockdowns than what ours may be necessarily. But those a lot of people have kind of grown more to online gaming, streaming, stuff like that. Whether it's through Twitch, YouTube, I would say Mixer, but they're kind of not a thing anymore. Um, I really don't know. I know there's Twitch, Facebook gaming. Facebook gaming is one that's I
Yeah.
see some people doing too. It's not one I would necessarily recommend for streaming games, but because for me personally, I mean, I don't anymore have like grandparents or stuff, but I wouldn't necessarily want that part of my family probably coming into my streams and watching because they'd just be bored probably. Um, but Twitch is I think a good one. It is the biggest streaming platform there is currently, though there are a lot of things they could do to improve it, and work on for sure. But also, it's an independent company, and I mean, they can do whatever they want. That's the one downside to Twitch. And I'm even streaming live to Twitch right now, and hope they don't hate me for it. But if tomorrow Twitch decided they wanted to go completely PG, no curse words or nothing, you get banned. I mean, you just have to follow it. There's no if, no questions asked, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think YouTube is a little different. They may have some different revenues they can go. Because I mean, I think what Google owns part of YouTube now or owns YouTube. I don't even know. Yeah. So I mean, they're not privately owned anymore. It's a big company, and they got a lot of stuff they got to go through, hoops and stuff to jump through. But nonetheless, streaming has kind of popped off a lot with a lot of people. So that's the hard thing, especially with the algorithm. You can be streaming on Twitch and you may have one, two, three, four, five viewers, but there's also people that have thousands because they've been doing it forever and they're big streamers. So you're not necessarily going to pop up on top of the list for everybody. So that's just where networking goes. Reaching out to other content creators, whether it's just you're going to do a random raid on them and you come in, you just get to know them, follow them, and then they follow you back, and then you kind of work with them. That's how I've kind of grown mine a little bit here and there is doing that. Um, and then the Discord, it's something I always kind of want to do. The Discord, need more help with, kind of making it as a just like a creator help creator and just a big love community. And that's kind of what it's turned into most recently. Is Russ has added in a lot of people he knows that are content creators, and they're adding people, and I've added about everyone that I can think of at the time, and it's grown a lot over the last like week or so. We've kind of went back up to I think around 100 people in the Discord, which is small currently. It could definitely be more. But that's still 100 people that are in there, and they may all not be interacting, but they are in there. And we got live notifications popping off. We got conversations going daily. That's just something that I enjoy. I love seeing that communication with people and everyone staying in touch and supporting each other.
Yeah, and then speaking of which, I've actually got two people in my chat right now. Danimal420 is one of those guys that I met recently, and I've stopped by
Yeah,
on his stream every now and then to give him support, say hey, even if I don't have time, a lot of times I'll pull him up and lurk and just every now and then come back and chat and stuff. And he's an awesome guy. And then Kennedy, I hope I'm saying that right because I've never actually said her name out loud to anyone or her. But I was watching. I found her through another streamer, and I hope she doesn't mind me talking about this too much. But when I first started watching her, she actually had less followers than I did, and so I started like every time I saw that she was live, I tried to jump in there and say hey, talk to her for a little bit. She had a few issues here and there with her stream, and there's me and a few other people that had been in there helping her and stuff, and I'd actually ended up one day made her a Candy. Okay, just Candy. There we go. Um, and I made her a thing. In Photoshop for her page and stuff, and then she actually recently hit affiliate, and it was awesome. Like to see her
that is awesome.
blow up so fast, and she's just like she's such a down to earth person too. Like she's pretty funny. She does like all sorts of filters and stuff. She'll become a sausage. So if you ever stop by on Candies, ask her about the sexy sausage.
I was going to say, did you just say she'll become a sausage? My mind just got so confused when you said that.
She will become a sexy sausage, or I think she was Yoda with glasses the other night. She's really funny,
What?
so definitely check her out. But yeah,
That's something. Is she in the Discord?
I gave her the Discord. I don't know if she's ever stopped by it. I think she may have, but I'm not entirely sure. But
Yeah, if she is, for sure. I mean, tell her to join it in the the social, whatever the ones in there, the social networks, whatever you can post. I mean, she can post her Twitch in there. Definitely check it out. That's something I try to do because I may not have everyone on there yet, but I'll try to pop in their streams when I see them go live when I can, and at least give them a follow, talk to them for a minute. But when I'm working or with the family, I can't really sit there and watch them. So I try to pull them up here and there, and I'll interact for a minute, and then pop out and pop back in as I can. I know I've done that with Russell's a few times. Even at one point, there was a time I couldn't hear him at all, and I was just like, I can't hear any words you're saying, but I'm here and I love you.
yeah, yeah, and I even though I don't think she's in our Discord, I have dropped Candy's her link once before. There's been a few people I've done that were even if they didn't join, it was just some people that I met that were pretty awesome. I've stuck them in there at some point. So I'm sure her Twitch is on there. And to answer your question, Candy, the Discord is the SVA SaiyanVapes Army Discord. It's on my page and it's on his page as well on SaiyanVape. And I'll actually go ahead and do a shout out for him real quick so that way we can give him some more love
I
too.
appreciate that. That's something I got to work on. I just try to do one on mine. I don't think I have it set up anymore. That's a big F in chat for me. But
Yeah.
oh
Oh,
hey look,
we lost the camera.
yeah,
Oh,
on your screen you did. I have two cameras set up here. One is my phone I'm using, so he can get my screen on his, and the other
oh,
is
rock on.
my cam. Oh my god, now this is not going to want to work right. Okay, there we go. Good enough. And I got it kind of rigged setting up here, so I got to not move. I need to get like a phone mount or maybe one day another camera, and I can have it all in here. Hey, Jax just popped in here and gave me that follow. Thank you for that, Candy. Hopefully I'm saying that right too. Thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, it's one thing I got to work on my stream stuff. So I need to get another camera or mount so I can have my phone mounted somewhere to use it as a camera. So, but either way, it works for now.
Hey,
Um,
we're growing every day, and that's all that matters. And hey, Red
right?
Red Hood lives.
Red Hood lives.
Yep,
That's a nice name. I like that.
yep. Another one of
Um,
my good friends.
yeah. But as far as the total content creation and working on that, there is like you said many revenues and avenues I guess really that you can take. And as far as the money from it and stuff like that, it's not for me. It's not necessarily about the money. I'm not in it to get paid or have the
Yeah.
income from it. I'm just in it to bring smiles and laughter. Like I said, I have my different avenues I use. I have my Twitch, which is either gaming or podcasting, which is probably going to a little bit more lean towards podcasting because I'm enjoying it more. And then I have TikTok, which is my other one, and that's just really comedy, just trying to spread love on there, making people laugh. Um, but either way, and I actually saw Candy. She asked for the Discord in chat, did the exclamation point Discord, and popped up. So hopefully she joins in, and we greatly appreciate and love to see you in there. Feel free to post your streams and the social medias in there. And then once we get it, if we ever get a bot where we can add more automatic live announcements, we'll get everyone added that we can. Right now, where I think we're limited to 20. Um, but like I said, for me, it's just bringing smiles, even talking. Even if you're just in here and you say a few words here and there and talking, and my chat may be in here and they're communicating with each other and spreading love. That's all I care about. And I'll be upfront with everyone. I always have been. I have had one Twitch payout. I got a little bit of money from. It wasn't a lot, and I used it to go back into my streams for better content. Whether it's upgrading systems or pieces of my components, or what I actually used this one for was to upgrade my phone. So that way, it's a little bit faster phone, and I can be quicker with responses and stuff like that. And I can do more things in the Discord with it. Just small things like that. Um, that's what I use mine to upgrade on. And then, if I ever get another one, I don't ever expect it. It'll just constantly go back into my content creation, which is what I wanted to do. I
Yeah,
don't ever expect this to become a living. Although if it ever did, that'd be cool. But I don't ever expect it. I'm just trying to have fun. Is all I'm trying to do.
yeah. Don't expect it. Let it grow, and that's kind of like what I'd like to
Yep.
do. Is even if I don't get a whole, if I even any money I get in the beginning will just go into upgrading stuff. But the biggest thing that I would love to do is charities. Like I want to be big enough that I can be like, hey guys, let's start it. Let's start donating to this charity. Let's get them. Let's get these people a little extra help, show some love, and it blow up.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, like I said, I'm with you all. Anything that I'm going to wind up doing, whatever that's going to be, uh, it's about the influence. It's about the
Right.
togetherness, the culture, it's all about you know helping each other, uh, make each other smile. Whatever. Good vibes. That's ultimately what it's about, and that's like I posted a video the other day. I think it was Christmas morning. I don't remember what. It might have been the day before. Well, day before Christmas Eve, I think. And I had this idea, and I took a video that I had made of the kids for like Christmas. And this was in early December when I made it. I
Okay.
took I took that video, and then I took clips from it, pieced it together, and then threw in some things of the snow that we had, and I made a little. I think it was like a little over a minute, maybe two. But like I said, man, filming all together and editing is, which editing in general, is a pain. All right, it is a pain.
Oh, I
I
couldn't
love
imagine. I couldn't imagine.
it. I mean, the way I do it personally, over like through my phone and stuff, I don't hardly use my Mac for editing. I can if I really want to get technical with it. I can sit here and just go crazy with what I can do in here. But pop up on the fly, just piecing something together, add a little bit of music or give it a little bit of effect. It's so much faster and so much quicker and easier to do it on the phone. Like I said, if you want to get real down and technical with it and start doing like more advanced effects, the computer is the best place to go. Um, like I said, I don't do that much because there's a lot of options out there to do it on your phone where you can get by with it, and it's so much easier and so much better. But yeah, ultimately, filmmaking in general, I love it. Editing, love it for the most part. Um, if it's piecing certain things or doing certain things, they can be a pain. But I mean, still,
Hmm.
even if it is a pain, I still love it because it's not about the process; it's about the end result. The process makes you
Right.
appreciate the end result. So, and I don't know, man. I love it. Everything,
Yeah.
film, whatever. I love it.
That actually that actually makes me want to bring something up. And I won't get too in depth with it, but I was having a conversation with someone just recently about them having some some issues because of wanting to do things and stuff. And I said, look, man, if as long as that other person understands that the reason you're doing it is not because of anything particular other than just the fact that you love it. If it's something you enjoy and you love it, even if you don't get big, even if you don't get a whole lot back from it, if you enjoy it and it makes you happy, do it. You know, just if it because everybody has their escape. Like for the longest time, video games have been my escape from the stresses of worlds. That's why, like, a lot of times people ask me, well, why do you pick as a girl character play? Because I want to. Because I get to be whatever I want to be in the game, and me personally, I like to have a female character. A lot of times I like the way, their styles and the types of clothing and things that you can pick, and I just like the way it looks, and it's like an escape from the real world that we have, and I enjoy it. So, if you love doing a podcast, if you love gaming, if you love doing tutorial videos, if you love technology and love teaching people about things, then do it.
Yeah. So what he's saying is he secretly wants to be a girl. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You know it, Daddy. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. I knew it was gonna come. Me personally, when I play video games, I'm always a male character. I don't know. I just don't ever see a point in being a female because I'm not a female. But I mean, I have had female characters. I guess I can't say I never have. But and that's one thing. Like I want to do more of is gaming. Like I got Cyberpunk, which was actually gifted to me from a really good friend. But I've not even had the time to sit down and spend time playing it because I know it's going to be one of those games that I got to immerse myself in and will take hours. When I do game, it's maybe a couple hours at the most if I get time. So, and I try to stream it. So therefore, I just play, multiplayer with friends and stuff like that. Um, but it's it's tough. One day, I would love to get into Cyberpunk and have the time to play it and enjoy it. I do hear it's a really good game, and I've heard they've worked out a lot of the bugs they've had. So hopefully, when I do get to touch it, it's not going to be as bad as what it started out to be. Of course, I'm also on PC, so hopefully it's a little bit better. I know those last gen consoles were having a lot more issues. Um, but even like myself, I may not necessarily have the time or the means to be able to stream as much as I want. But the other streamers that are part of the community and are in the Discord, just watching them grow and the support they get from the community, it makes me happy. So that's all I could ask for. It's just everyone helping everyone and being there for everyone.
Oh yeah, just like another streamer, Basil So Fresh. Um, I got to see him hit one of his goals. He reached 200 followers before his end date goal, and just to see how happy he got, it was heartwarming. Just seeing how happy people can get just by
Yeah.
hitting some of those goals. And me and him had a talk too. You have your big goals and then you have your small goals. So that way, as you're on your journey to your ultimate goal, you have things in between to hit and feel proud of. Because otherwise, you might get discouraged. So, and that's something in personal training too. Have your long-term goal, but have intermittent goals so that way you're not getting discouraged on the way you feel like you're gaining something, even if it's something as small as stream more, or get a couple more people to follow and interact. It's those small things, and that's too what's been so wonderful about these communities. Like, there's a lot of people who realize it does not take much to do something to make
Hmm.
someone's day better, and just to go ahead and do it. It's wonderful.
For sure, for sure. Bunny, did you have another subject? I know we've kind of discussed that one in length for a while.
Yeah.
Want to make sure we get everything in on the stream.
Um. All right. So what? And I got to hear this more so from you all because Twitch is not one of the things that I have ultimately got to sit down and just go over. Um, for somebody just getting started, what what are some good things to invest in? I mean, I know obviously a console, maybe a good mic or a good camera, but ultimately, what are some good things to get invested into?
Well, as far and I mean, I'll start off on it. As far as investing, like getting into content creation and like streaming necessarily is what you're talking about, correct?
Yeah, give or take. Like just gaming on Twitch in general. Because like I
Gaming
said,
on Twitch.
I know what Twitch is. I know the ultimate. Well, I know there's other things that Twitch has and Twitch promotes, but ultimately, it's gaming is where it's at on Twitch. And like I said, I've actually got a friend of mine who hit me up wanting to do some edits, and basically he creates the content and just leave me to edit everything in, which I'm like, yeah, that's right up my alley. So
Right.
definitely. Um, so to as far as just getting started or just getting into it, like I said, I know have a good camera, maybe a good mic or headset or what have it. But what are maybe shed some light? What's some good things to whether it be purchase or some things to do, what have it with Twitch?
Well, what I would say on that, and this may be a lengthy talk, but not even necessarily a camera. I mean, if you ain't got the money to buy a camera, don't worry about it at the time.
Yeah,
You can stream from your Xbox, your PS4. I know a lot of people do that, and I know Russ actually does some because I've seen him streaming on his Xbox. But you ain't got to go spend all this money and have a nice PC and get the a nice DSLR camera and all this lighting and stuff. Just starting out, if you have a console, stream from your Xbox. Let's say Xbox, stream from it. Have no camera, just use your headset. Talk to your people, interact with them. I mean, of course, your first day streaming, you're probably gonna have not many people in there. Maybe one or two might pop in. Just make sure you're communicating with them, and you're not just. I would say the biggest thing I see a lot of people do, and I did when I first started streaming about a year ago, is just you're sitting there gaming, and it's quiet. You're
yeah,
not talking to anyone. Someone will pop in and say, "Hey, man," you're like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And you're just back to silent and gaming. Like interact, try to have that like almost like not necessarily third person talk, but kind of explaining what you're doing. Like I'm gonna go over here and talk to this guy for a minute, see what he's up to, and just
yeah,
staying interactive. And then if you do get the money eventually, or like a holiday or a birthday comes up. You
mm-hmm.
can ask for those small things like a camera, and you ain't got to go all out like a DSLR. I don't have a DSLR camera. I just use a Logitech C920, which is a little webcam.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think right now with the whole pandemic they did kind of skyrocket to about $100. Normally though they're around 50, and you can even look on like marketplace and stuff and find them used. Um, and just get something like that to use for a camera if you do want to have yourself on there. And then you can just work on upgrading stuff slowly as you get more into it and more of a following. And the biggest thing I would say with as far as your stuff that you use is if you do get a little bit of following, let's say hit affiliate on Twitch, and you're consistent with it and you start to receive payouts, use those payouts to go back into your content. And when I say this, I don't mean this is a big mistake I see a lot of people do is I don't know if you ever heard of it, but there's a website called Fiverr. I know a
Yeah,
lot of people that will get that first payout or get have a little bit of money and they go spend $100 on Fiverr to have this web designer or whatnot. It may be make them a custom layout, some emotes, a logo, all this stuff, and that's cool to have, but
mm-hmm.
that doesn't help your content. You want
Mm-hmm.
to invest in your content first and invest in you. So if you do start to receive any type of money, from anything, whether it's donations or whatnot, it may be, maybe save up a little bit and, and then you can upgrade, maybe you need a better monitor for your gaming or you want to get a PC, or if you do have one, you want to upgrade it, stuff like that, put a little bit of money into it. The all in the end game, it's going to help your content better than having that new emote. And a lot of people don't know this, but you can go online and figure out how to make your own emotes. That's literally what I did with my emotes. I went
Yeah,
online, watched some YouTube videos. There's two great YouTubers that talk a lot about streaming, which one is Alpha Gaming. Harris Heller, he is the stream doctor, as he calls. I've watched a lot of his to gain knowledge and stuff that I needed. The other one is Gale Level, I believe it is. He goes more into depth as far as with creating stuff, and he even has a website that he does sell some stuff on there, but a lot of it's free. You can get layouts for your stream on there. You can get custom transitions for when you switch scenes, all stuff like that for free. Actually, the transition I'm using right now, I got from Gale Level. So there's multiple revenues for free stuff, not necessarily to put money into. I wouldn't, like I said, DSLRs unless your mom and dad buy you one for Christmas or something you ask for. I wouldn't necessarily even look into that unless you're kind of bigger and let's say you have a following and you're kind of getting those monthly payments constantly, from them. Maybe look into that. But like for me, yes, I would love to have a DSLR where I'm 1080p, 60 FPS camera, instead of mine is 1080p, but it's only 30, and then the exposure and stuff on it's not as great as if I had a DSLR. But for me, it's not needed right now because I'm fine with what I got.
Yeah.
Of course, then again, not everyone also, I mean, like me, has the PC that actually can handle the streaming stuff, and that stuff people, put your money into to get that stuff, or maybe even just a laptop that you want to use a capture card with from your game console, stuff like that. Just I would say just spend it wisely on growing yourself and your content.
Yep.
Don't waste it or don't go blow it on clothes or something. I want to get a new haircut and get some new clothes to look good on my little crappy $10 camera or something. I mean, that's no one's gonna notice that. You know, put in the work to your stream and try to make your stream better. And the better your stream is, the more you're gonna get there. And one of the best avenues I would say to grow yourself with Twitch is rating and hosting. Even if it's one, two people you may have on a stream when you end, go find someone else who's streaming a similar, subject that you were or game. Maybe that has somewhere around the same amount of viewers you did, or even less. Maybe it's someone with zero viewers. Just pop in, say hi, raid them. They'll get that raid notification, and more than likely they may, follow you back. Maybe one day they'll raid you back. And you get to watch each other grow, and that's just networking. Is what it is. That's what I did starting out, and I still do it to this day. When we get done with our podcast, I'll usually go in and just raid someone else who's maybe doing just just chatting, or maybe doing a podcast, or maybe even playing a game. I'll just go raid someone random, or I'll raid a friend if I feel like it. But just you got to put yourself out there, and that's the hard thing to do because a lot of people may be shy or whatnot, and not want to necessarily throw themselves out there or be the spotlight. But necessarily to me, I guess if that's the way you look at it, not want to be a spotlight, I'm not sure really why you're streaming, because you're going to be a spotlight. I mean, there's millions of people that could watch you or see your videos, so it's going to happen one day or another. Um, but just in my ending here, and then I'll let Russ talk. Is just invest in your content, but invest wisely is what I would say.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit everything. Like the main thing I was thinking about, uh, was good. Like the first thing I was gonna start off with was invest in yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which you hit that, and I was like, damn, he took my thing. But no, seriously, the biggest thing, especially with me, so I haven't hit affiliate, so I'm a perfect example. I spent tons of time before just randomly streaming. No consistency, no more than maybe like once a week or even if that. And I just kind of stayed to myself. So the biggest thing that has changed this time is the more time that I've put into it, and myself, as well as like talking to other people, networking, going to other people. Even if he's right. Like even if you only have like one viewer, go raid someone else. They will remember. Like Candy, I've gone and talked to her several times, and I did not expect her to pop up on this stream. And so it's just like those small surprises that just make you feel really good. Talk to people. People will remember you, even if it may not seem like it. Go talk. Go share. Go raid. Go host. It. I had Red Hood host me, and he's a good friend of mine. And even if it doesn't reach a lot of people, it will reach someone. It's that one more thing that will get you somewhere else, and you honestly don't need to spend money to start. Um,
Mm-hmm.
which sounds stupid because you need certain things to start, but a lot of times there's things that you already have. Like almost
Yeah.
everybody today has a phone. My webcam on my stream is my phone. Like the screen is broken and um, I can't use it because it's locked to a network, but it works. The camera is on, it's good. I can see the screen just fine. And then I got another cheap webcam for SaiyanVape Nate's stream. Um, is it the best cam on his stream? No, and that's why you should come to my stream to see how good it looks. But the thing is, take what you have. Start off small. If you have a part-time job, or you go and do, if you're not 18 yet, there's this one kid from Denmark. He's Danish, and I was watching his stream. He's 16, and like he's starting. So there's you can start off with something as small as a camera. Yeah, you might not be able to do certain things like gaming and things like that, but all you have to do is start somewhere. Start talking. Start, you know, speaking your mind, just start showing up on people's radars, and then start putting them on your radar. You know,
Mm-hmm.
share the love. You know, I know there's a bunch of communities out there who are completely against the follow for follow stuff, um,
Oh
but
yeah.
but to me, that's just spreading love. Like,
Yeah.
don't expect to get a follow back. You know, I get their point in that, you know, don't expect to get something back in return. But if somebody follows me, I'm gonna follow them back regardless if they ask or not. A lot of times I will follow someone. Now once it gets started getting up there in the numbers, it might be a little bit harder because from my understanding, someone said that Twitch only lets you have like 100. You can only follow 100 people, um, which sucks. So you know, I get a lot of people's ideas, and you know, again, I'm new on this, so there's a lot of things I haven't learned, a lot of things that I don't know yet. But I mean, just doing things to help each other out. Like I was told that if you have 4 tabs up for Twitch and you're watching 4 different people, as long as you have them at least 1%, and it counts as a view for them. So even if you can't chat in each one and can't fully pay attention, even if you have the volume at 1% and you're popping in between them, saying hey what's up, you know, then going to the next person, hey what's up, you're helping them out, and
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't take much time. Like even if you're not fully active in chatting, just watching someone, having it pulled up in the background, turn the volume down where you can barely hear it, and if you got to do work or something, leave it up. I mean, it's not gonna hurt them, especially whenever they, you know, if they go raid somebody else, that's one more viewer that's getting taken to that next person, and it's just passing on to the next person. You know, here, this is what I have. Let me help you out. You know, whether they're big or small, everybody should be helping each other out, and that's the biggest thing, you know. So yes, build up your content, yes, build up yourself, but build up other people as well, because that'll be the you know, that those are the 3 easiest things to do. It does not require money. It does not require you to do much more than just a nice little shout out, a nice little follow, a nice little chat, and then, you know, as far as content, all you have to do is find something you love. You know, and even if you don't have like a good computer, like my CPU is an 8350. It's not the best. I really need to upgrade to something a little bit more powerful, and I plan to. But you know, it'll take time, and having patience is the, you know, is the next step, because not everything's going to happen overnight. Understand that it may take years, it may take months. You know, you may get lucky and be popular really quickly, but don't expect it to always be that way, because you know, just like anything on the internet, it has its spouts of popularity, and there's not everybody gets super big, so don't expect to get super big, but don't sell yourself short either. Aim for the
Right.
stars, but just know that, you know, it's going to take time, you know, and it's just going to take effort. Um, but as like I mean, you can find all sorts of things really cheap to start off slow. You know, piece by piece, build up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean that's true. Like you said, just like things cheap here and there, and something that you wouldn't even think of that you could necessarily use. Say you want to do have a camera on your stream. I know a lot of people have those action cams, or maybe you even have like a GoPro, you know, laying around. Um, Go online and find yourself a little cam link. You ain't necessarily got to get like the Elgato one that's expensive. They do sell cheaper ones online that work just the same. And then hook it up, and you have yourself a nice little camera. And I will say, actually, the GoPro cameras, I think I watched one. If he was doing a budget, the guy picked up like maybe like $50 on eBay, a GoPro Hero like 4, I think it was,
Yeah.
and hooked it up through a little cam link, and he had a little like, camera, and it was actually was pretty good quality. Um, but you know, some people like us may have webcams laying around, especially with the pandemic going on now. A lot of us have Zoom meetings, you know, stuff that we're in, and may have to have a camera, whether your laptop has one if you have one for work, or if you ended up having to go and purchase one, you know, and you could use that into your content if it is something you decide to want to get into. Especially many just, you know, different revenues and avenues to take. I keep saying revenues, but I mean avenues. So sorry.
I know.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, and you all touched on. No, I'm not. I'm in the camera right now, but I'm getting over here. But anyway, uh, you all touched on a lot of stuff that I've actually heard from YouTube. And I took bits and pieces, but you know, you make good points. You know, Russ, I know you know, basically you're saying, you know, start with what you have. You both kind of touched on that, really. Um, you know, that's something I heard for for 2 years, and that's honestly that's the best thing anybody can hear. Is take what you have. You don't have to have the biggest. You don't have to have a movie studio just to stream.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's definitely a lot of takeaways there from that. I mean, that's like with my. I mean, I have a phone, and I got this mount. This is what I got for Christmas, and I love this little thing. And I use it for like I use it for everything. That is my go-to for filming whatever. But yeah, definitely a lot of takeaways from what you both said. Uh, and like I said, I've got a buddy he's trying to get started, and I know kind of what to relay back to him. Heck, he might even be in here watching. I don't know. I ain't seen him pop in the chat, but he might be watching.
Who
Uh,
knows?
yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Oh,
yeah, man. It's
and that actually brings up something else real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
use social media to your advantage.
Oh
Whatever
yeah.
you can do, posts. Share to friends, share to family, share on Twitter, share on Instagram, on Facebook. Share when you're going live. Share it, and because otherwise, if you're not selling yourself out there, if you're not promoting yourself, it's not going to be as easy either. So somebody may not see it just because they're either busy. But the more you push out there, the more it might get shared. Ask people, hey, share this, and that so promote yourself. And I'm sorry for interrupting. That just when you said your
Nope.
buddy may or may
Hey,
not be in here, I was like, that's a perfect time to bring that up. You talk to someone and be like, hey, come watch, come stop by, chat. Feel free to stay.
yeah, and I'm the same way too. Like it's like, man, I don't mean to interrupt you, but if I don't say this, I'm gonna lose this thought, and it's a quick point. And yeah, I get squirrel brain with it, man. I feel you.
And that's something I know for sure. I went to school with Bundy growing up for a while, and then I worked with him too for probably about a year. We worked with a college down here, and I
Oh,
always, me and him would always sit around and talk. But well, not necessarily sit around and talk, but when we got time, we would talk, and me and him could just go on and on about stuff and back and forth, and then we would lose track of our thoughts and stuff. Actually, I remember. No, I don't know if you remember him. Remember old Terry we worked with?
dude, I saw him in Walmart yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, I pick at him, man. Love him to death, but I pick at him.
I always was good with him up until I worked with Rent Center, and I ended up having to repo him and his woman who were lying to us, and he wasn't too happy about that. But he's still a good dude. I always loved his conversations and hearing him talk back to oh, what was his name? Um, he didn't work anymore. He got let go. He works for W.D. Bryant. Last I knew.
Oh,
Can't
Adam.
remember. Yeah, Adam. Oh, buddy, we could go on days about Adam. That guy's
Oh yeah.
something else.
Well, I tell you what, and I don't know if you remember this or you got. I don't remember how long you were there, but I don't know. Me and Terry, when I first started there, and this is this little side story and off the subject, but maybe it'll bring a couple laughs to a few of you. But anyway, when I first started out there, loved the place, loved the job, loved the work, everything. Um, but me, Terry, and there was a couple others, and then domino effect happened. Some left, and this and that, whatever, and it wound up just being me, Terry, and another feller who were like the three people that had been there the longest at that point. And I'm like, man, this is to me it was impressive. I'm like, man, I'm one of the top three people that's been here the longest. What do you do with that? So, but anyway. So I always cutting up. I would refer to Terry as Dad just because he was older. So I would always cut up. I'd always cut up and call him Pops, and we'd make up some big stories and carry on just to get laughs out of everybody and pester
Right.
and aggravate. And I tell you what, I pulled a prank one time, and I swear I'll never do this again. You may know this story, Nate, but we uh, I done my garbage route, and I came back early. There wasn't as much garbage out. I think it was a little cold in that morning. I can't remember if kids were there that yet or not or whatever. But anyway, so we get down there, and I'm done. I'm getting ready to get in the truck and take off, and I've dumped my garbage and whatnot. Well, he pulls up in the garbage truck, and he's finished his last stop. He's unloading stuff into the truck. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, he's going to see me walking towards him, and he never did. And he went around, got back in the truck, and I thought, okay, all right, I'm gonna mess with Terry because I'd always play jokes or play pranks on everybody and whatever, have a good laugh, and the joke wound up being on me in the worst possible way. Uh, so I thought, all right, I'm gonna hop on the back, and when Terry looks in his rearview mirror or his side mirror, he'll see me, or whenever he goes to put the garbage truck up, you know, uh, I'll just hop off and ta-da, ha-ha, laugh it off, go for it, whatever. So instead of him going right, he pulled that thing. I didn't know garbage trucks pulled out that fast, but this thing pulled out fast, and he didn't go right. He went left, going towards town, and I'm on the back of this thing. And if you've ever been on a roller coaster and you feel your heart or your stomach and heart meet together, both of mine went out my hind end. I promise you that. Because here's what happened. We go left. We're going towards town because he has to take the garbage and go dump the entire truck.
Yep.
So I'm stuck on the back of this garbage truck for the ride of my life. And I'm sitting there and I'm trying to get my phone out of my pocket while hanging on to this thing for dear life. I mean, I'm like this, holding on to that bar, thinking, God, just don't let go. So I'm trying to hang on, get my phone out of the pocket, pull it up to call him, hoping he had minutes on his phone. And I'm like, I picked up my phone. I said, dude, stop the truck. He said, do what? I said, stop the truck. And he always talked outside of his mouth. So he go, I go, act, So he, I said, stop the truck, man. He stops the truck, and I get up there, and he said, what the frick are you doing on the back of the truck? I said, well, I was going to play a joke on you, but it got played on me instead.
That sounds about right.
I thought I was going to be fired on the spot, but they took it lightly and understood it was a joke, and I'm glad they didn't fire me or whatever. It was great. The joke was on me, and I learned my lesson. Thankfully, I didn't get a talking to or nothing.
Did you ever go on that garbage route with him in the garbage truck?
Yeah, a few times.
They had me doing it. Well, the last little bit I was there daily, and then towards the end, Terry was just like, "You want to drive this thing?" And I was like, "Man, you gotta have like a class like C or whatever, class A, CDL,
C or D.
yeah, because it's an automatic. It's not a stick shift."
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't have that. And he was like, "Hey, it don't matter. It drives like a vehicle." So I just started driving it. And I remember one day we was backing into well, I think maybe the dean's house or whatever it is. That's right there, right on the main street. And Adam comes by. He just stops, looks at me, gets out of his truck, and says, "Nate, are you driving that?" And I said, "Yep." He just said, "Whatever." He got in his truck and left. And I continued driving from that day forward. I enjoyed it. I loved driving that truck, man. It was fun. And Terry would just ride on the back, and I'd get out and help him pick up the garbage and throw it in and stuff. That was one thing I could say about old Terry. That every time we went through the garbage, man, he would not necessarily pick through stuff, but if he saw something that may have been some type of value, he would keep it. Like phone chargers or little things. I actually remember one day we was throwing stuff away in a pair of I think they were Oakley sunglasses came out.
Wow.
They're like women's brand, and I took them home, washed them, gave them to my wife. I was like, "Here you go. Here's your pair of sunglasses." Once I think Terry kept a mini fridge. I don't think the mini fridge ended up working, but he kept it. He was like, "I'm just gonna take this," like whatever, man. But I could say for the most part that job was fun. It just had its moments. That I had times that I thought I was gonna get more trouble than what I probably should have got in more trouble. I was driving that big tractor one day, and we was parked at the whatever the office was where you clocked in. I don't remember, but I was parked under that little like awning area, like the little pull in.
Yeah.
And I backed out, and then I stopped for a second and thought I put it back in reverse, but didn't, and put it in drive, and I rammed the front bucket of that into the beam there and broke that beam. And I was just like, yeah, I just backed it out and left. I was like, nope, nobody saw that. Yeah, but they saw it. they came up to me, was like, did you do that? And I was like, yeah. They was like, yeah, we got it on camera. Why didn't you say anything? And I was just honest, like I was too scared. I didn't know what to say. I didn't want to lose my job.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I tell you, that place was fun. I got a lot of memories there, and worked with a lot of great people. But yeah, man, that place was fun. what's this? It was fun on the daily. When you put all the other stuff aside, it was a fun job to have.
It was a fun job, but I was also ready to leave when I left.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is I was always stoked to leave, but I was always stoked to come back. It's kind of like a home thing, you know. You're excited to go on vacation, but when that last day of vacation's over, you're ready to come back home.
Yeah, I'm gonna have me a nice little 5 day vacation this week. I took off Thursday, so I got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. I don't think I'm doing
Nice.
anything. I wanted to take it off for the heck of it. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
just a little bit of, I guess, backstory. Say me and Bundy, how we know each other. I met him when I moved to Whitley County down here. Started going to school, and I think back then, if I can remember correctly, you were dating or talking to, I think, a girl named Tiffany, if I remember that far back. A
Yeah.
long time ago. Long time ago.
Yeah.
I I couldn't even tell you who that is now. I just remember the name for some reason. Um, but yeah, and I remember him from there, and then I hadn't talked to him forever until I started back to college. And I remember just one day sitting there, clocking in or something. I look over, I'm like, "Is that Bundy?" And he's like, looks at me, he's like, "Nate," and I'm like, "Dude, what's up?" Somebody
Yeah.
I know works here.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it picked up. It really picked up from there, didn't it?
Yep. I think anytime if we run into each other in person, we gotta sit there and talk for a minute.
Oh yeah, dude. You get me. I mean, look, we've been going over an hour on this, and I could sit here and talk for a few more hours, honestly.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, I like to sit here and talk about things, and we don't necessarily, and I don't intend to stay on, like the streaming topics necessarily the whole time. I mean, there's other
I,
topics I want to go into and stuff too, that I pulled up myself, and I mean, it could be about anything. I mean, I plan on a future podcast. I would like to have a sit down, even if it's we have a guest on here or not, and just kind of like a chill, having some drinks, relaxing, and just just talking with everyone. Right now we're sober. Oh, at least I am. But
I am.
Russell's like, I plead the fifth. No, but just talking about anything. I mean, daily events going on. It's not
Hey,
necessarily a
Shonda.
strict topic that we have to stick to. I'm always willing to give advice as far as like streaming or growing your community. And one of the advices I want to give while I'm thinking of it, for anyone, if you may be watching that's trying to get into streaming or whatnot, while we're still kind of on that, or was don't pay attention to your viewer count. I usually leave mine off. I try to communicate, like especially during these podcasts right now, a little bit of chatting I got going on. I'll try to talk to them when I can, or I'll mute myself when you guys are talking, still listen and say something to them. But just don't worry about that viewer count. Turn it off if you know how. Just interact with people right in there. Don't worry about, oh, I got 10, I got 20, I got 12 people in here, stuff like that. No, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you got people talking to you, you don't, and they may not necessarily be able to tune in when you're live. They may see it afterwards, and it's that's still views that you're getting. Um, but yeah, that's just the number one thing I think I could say. And I actually learned that from a friend of mine who started streaming. That I actually worked with in my job I work with now. It doesn't work there anymore. That's something I learned from him, about streaming and kind of what I took into consideration. Now, me myself personally, mine is on
I'm
when I
glad you
look
could
up
make
at
it
it,
too,
but I don't ever
Shonda.
really look up at it or pay attention to who's there, how many people are there. I'm just focused on if I'm gaming the game, or if we're talking, just talking to you guys, or talking just over us about things. Um, but nonetheless, all is really good advice, as far as streaming. What you need and what you don't necessarily need to go spend a bunch of money on or whatnot. Um, anything like that. Did you have any like other topics, or was that pretty much it? I know we hit some of them in those topics.
I mean, we've talked about the whole thing going on in Nashville Christmas morning.
Yeah, that was actually something that I did want to bring up, and I actually just saw an article. Um, I had it up right here. Where'd it go? It was uh, okay. Apparently, so the evacuate now, that it was saying, there's a bomb or whatever. It says apparently this was today at 4:51 p.m. and I'm looking at this on USA Today. Apparently, human remains reportedly found near the explosion in Nashville. I know at first when they talked about it, or when it was on the news, they said that there was no, not necessarily deaths, but a couple injuries. I think one officer might have lost hearing for a little bit. Hopefully he's, God send to his family. Hopefully he's able to hear now and getting better. And maybe some people got blown back a little bit, little small injuries, but nothing bad. but now reportedly this is saying that human remains. So I actually want to click on it, and I'll just read a little bit over here to you guys and see what it says here. So it says the FBI was leading an investigation Friday into an explosion that erupted in downtown early Christmas morning in Nashville. The incident rattled residents for miles, caused destruction for several blocks, and is being called intentional. I keep wanting to say international. I don't know why. By authorities. Um, so it looks like the Mayor John Cooper, was given the last update this evening. Said that the relief that not more people were injured has now turned into anger and determination to bring those responsible to justice. He said this was a terrible day, but Nashville has faced other challenges, particularly this year. We can rebuild and get back to normal, he said. This morning's attack on our community was intended to create chaos and fear in the season, and peace and hope, but the spirit of the city cannot be broken. Let's see if I can get to where police responded to reports, shots fired.
And they actually filmed a few things of the show, Nashville, there, right there where that van was sitting.
Right.
That whole block, as a matter of fact.
Which I know I'd also seen that. Um, I'm trying to see if I find this about a body or whatnot, but it's not saying much. I had seen some of the videos sourced online of, I think, maybe like security cameras of businesses around there, and you could actually hear the playing that apparently it was saying to people, telling them to back up, evacuate the area immediately before it went off. And reportedly, I saw on the news this weekend that apparently there was maybe like a small like box truck or almost like an ice cream type truck parked like
Yeah.
outside the area somewhere, maybe kind of close to it. That was reportedly having the same message, but I don't think anything happened there. I think they ended up
They
calling it false.
Sorry.
They wound up. What was it? I'm sorry.
They charged. They wound up getting that guy and charging him for felony. It was for felony because he basically faked it because there wasn't
Oh,
nothing there.
I know. Last I saw that they, I think, had a bomb squad go in and reported that there was nothing there. Like it was, just it was marked safe. But I didn't know that they had caught the guy or whatnot. Still though, no matter different avenues you can go in, and I've saw a bunch of stuff that I could get into about the bombing. Regardless, still, it's a horrible day to do it on Christmas Day, especially like I said. I mean, that's the day people spend with their families and joy. It could be about hope and stuff like that. Um, but still, and Wolf actually is in my chat. He said I heard the bomber gave a 15-minute warning. I actually hadn't heard that. I don't know if any of you guys had.
Yeah, yeah, I seen it. I seen where there was a lady. They had a lady on there. She lived close by or something, and she said the first thing was first round of it was given a 15-minute warning, and then it stopped giving a 15-minute warning, and basically just started saying that there's a bomb on the vehicle and get back. Which I actually heard the recording. I listened to some of the audio.
Yeah,
And
me too.
man, that is freaky to listen to it like that because I think when I hear it, I also think, and I know a lot of people think this, especially about 2020. I think like purge, man, and that's I don't think it will ever actually have one or anything like that. Lord, I hope not, anyways. But I mean, man, it's
Yeah.
what's so confusing to me, and this even from what they were saying in the news, they had some kind of he was a former FBI specialist or something other whatever, and he even what nobody can understand is that why have a bomb if because normally you have a bomb to cause destruction, and usually that involves taking lives. They wanted to cause destruction but not take lives. That's what throws everybody for a loop. And that, I mean, for me even too, it's like well, why you want to cause destruction, but what's the ulterior motive? What's the goal here? You didn't want to take lives, but you wanted to do damage. But
Well, I will, on that subject about the motive of it, let me pull up this that I actually shared with my father in law. And this, to me, myself personally,
mhm,
I could see it because where it was so close to the AT&T building, um, and I don't know, like I said, this that I'm reading is not 100% proof. I don't know if it is. It could be, it could not be. So take it with a grain of salt. But I did read this and kind of like it could make sense.
mhm,
So it says here in this article. Um, AT&T got a contract to do forensic audit on Dominion voting machines. And if you don't know what Dominion voting machines are, those are actually the voting machines that the U.S. was using in the election this year. Anyways, and those machines were being moved to Nashville this past week. The former owner of the AT&T building in Nashville, William Kennard, is a board member for the Cerebras Capital Management and AT&T. He was also Bill Clinton's FCC chair and Obama's administrator to the EU. Dominion Voting is owned by Cerebus Capital Management. Cerebus is run by Staple Street execs Joe Biden's brother-in-law, Stephen Owens. And again, when I'm saying this, I'm not trying to portray who I may be for in the election or whatnot. It's just if you think about it, it could be, you know, it could be legit, but you don't know. You'd have to look up everything. Anyway, Stephen Owens, and he's the co-founder of Staple Street Execs, along with William Kennard, mentioned above. Supercomputer in Tennessee was connected to the AT&T Internet in Nashville. Yesterday evening, the Cumberland River cooling system was compromised due to internet outage, and the supercomputer fried. So the internet outage, where they blew up the AT&T building, that did happen. The internet went out. It even affected our cell phone service in the area I'm at. It was out for a while, till like the next morning, honestly. If you don't know, Kraken is a reference to a supercomputer former prosecutor Sidney Powell has been talking about. So the explosion just happened to be at the AT&T location where they just so happened to control the cooling system for the supercomputer and house the Dominion voting machines and drives for the forensic audit. Does it make sense now why no lives were lost? Does it make sense now why the FBI, tacitly couldn't even pull together a coherent sentence in the press conference yesterday? Does it make sense why the mayor was making light of the situation, almost laughing yesterday? That's just one statement. Like I said, I don't have any proof that it's legit, any of it, or the legitimacy of it. I guess is the best way to put it. But to me, when I was reading that, I could see that being a thing. And I'm not saying it is, but there's many other options. Maybe someone just really hated AT&T. I don't know. But, and Russ, I don't know if you have anything to say on any of that or whatnot.
No, I mean honestly, like, so I've heard bits and pieces from my wife because she tends to look into the news and stuff like that. Me, I'm completely off the radar when it comes to news.
Mm-hmm.
Even like gaming news, I hardly ever pay attention to any of that kind of news or anything like that, unless it just happens to I happen to scroll by it on Facebook or something. And I've heard bits and pieces, but no, I honestly there's been a whole lot that I haven't heard. So this has kind of been eye opening. Like I was telling Shonda in my chat, you know, I don't know a whole lot about it, and like it's crazy to hear that like some guy just decided to bomb outside of the was the bombing outside of the AT&T building or like
It
where
was the
was
next
it?
block over.
Next block over. Yeah, and then like Shonda was saying, and I think you said it too about like playing a message so that way people would trying to warn people not to get hurt yet to still blow something up. Um, the things people do, there's never really a good answer that makes a whole lot of sense, and that's what makes a lot of things mystery. Like I know I'm too young to really know the full story of it, but like the Unabomber, he blew up a lot of things based on just the fact that he had this idea that if I can't remember correctly, but he believed that there's some sort of conspiracy and that some people were out to get him, so he sent some packages in the mail to blow people and blow things up, and it's not necessarily it's definitely not the right thing to do, but at the same time it's just something that somebody decides, yeah, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do today, and it's awful. Hopefully, from what you said, there was some injuries but no fatalities. Hopefully, as far as like any bodies or anything found, hopefully that's not true. So yeah, completely completely taking
Right.
this is the first time I'm really
No, no.
hearing more in depth about it, so crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, I can get that. And I had seen something somewhere, and I can't find it now, of course. I don't remember where I saw it. But supposedly they might have a suspect in the case they're looking into. Like I said, I don't know for sure. But either way, hopefully it's being looked at the right way. But then again, I mean, it could be a million things. The conspiracists can can say this and that. And I mean, and me personally, I may even be partially, conspiracist. I don't know. That statement I read, there's parts of it I can wholeheartedly believe, but I don't know the legitimacy of it. I don't know if that's legit about the Dominion voting machines, if they were housed there, or the drafts for them or whatnot. Um, Either way, it's still sad to see those businesses that are now at a total loss, or already may have been at a loss with stuff going on with the COVID, and that just affecting them more and more money that they have to pour out to be able to open back up or to make money. So I hate that, and just as someone, for the whatever reason they did that, it wasn't worth it in my opinion. But people people are stupid, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but people
Yeah,
can be
that's
stupid. But no matter where you go, there's going to be good and bad. You're going to have people that are crazy and think like that, and you can't help it. It's gonna be there. But regardless, I hope everyone who was affected by it, whether the police officers or any of the firefighters, anything like that, that did get any damage, I do hope that they heal and have a fast recovery, and I hope they got to spend time with their family on Christmas and didn't have to spend it all in the hospital. But either way, still a horrible thing. On a good side of news that I did see, it looks like it was last updated today. Apparently, the House approved the $2,000 stimulus checks. Now, I don't get into politics a lot, so I don't know the steps. I don't know if that means whoever's watching this, you're going to get them, but at least it's another step. And to me, it's probably going to come out of my taxes. I don't care if they get approved or not. But to people out there that haven't had jobs and not able to work, I do hope that they're able to get them some relief and help them out. I mean, if you look at our sister country, Canada, they've been supplying, I think, like maybe $2,000 to families every month during this pandemic that they've had. Helping their families, and our government's kind of just shoving us in the butt about it. But
Yeah.
whatever it may be.
Also to go back.
Regardless, I think
Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, to go back to what we were
oh, you're good.
saying,
You're good.
people are dumb. It reminds me of my favorite MIB quote: "A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it." So a person can be, a person is smart, but people as a whole can be dumb, panicky animals.
true.
That's true. It is
But
very
let's get
true.
on, let's get on some happier news, some more happier, less political and less detrimental. We went from Christmas to bombings. So where are we headed next, guys? You guys, Nate, do you have any more topics?
I mean, not necessarily offhand. I was just kind of going through and just skimming on things that I saw that I might necessarily find interesting or whatnot. I mean, I could look at this, but most of them are pretty sad. December is the deadliest month for COVID. I mean, we don't need to talk about that. But
Oh gosh,
that's apparently one of the top stories.
doom
I
and
did pull up,
gloom.
right. I did pull up some of my local area just to see if there was anything local as far as top stories, but most of them too are about Corona or drugs. There was a lot of buzz this weekend about drugs. Why are they doing that on Christmas? I don't know, but so really nothing positive in my area, which is sad to say, honestly. I'd hope there'd be more positivity in this area.
Yeah, which I mean it happens, but so yeah, then we'll go into the topic that I kind of wanted to go into last session, but we kind of just didn't get a good opportunity, so this is kind of perfect, and it's kind of like goes into our whole theme, beard talk. So, what kind of beard products or care do you guys do to keep your luscious man face bearded up? That laugh.
I don't. Well, I tell you this. I got this thing for Christmas. I think it was like a little trimmer right here, just to go across the mustache mostly. At least that's what I'm going to use it for the most part, anyway. Uh, it had that. It had like little scissors. It had a bunch of little like fine combs. It had a wooden comb in it. I was kind of took back by that. I thought a wooden comb. I've seen
Wooden
combs.
combs are apparently supposed to be better for beards, I've heard.
Thanks,
Really?
Kyrie.
Wow. Um, Yeah, it had a little wooden comb, like double sided, like it's more fine on one side and then more spread apart on the other and whatever. But uh, I'm honestly kind of curious about getting into oils, um, and the effects of them and ins and outs of them. Because at one point I had my beard was getting pretty long, and if I hadn't cut it, I'm telling where to be by now. So yeah, I'm definitely wanting to hear from you all because your all beards are a lot longer than what mine are. So I'm anxious to hear from you all on this stuff.
Well, as far as me, my beard, I would love for it to be a little bigger, but I have this problem where my beard seems to get here and it kind of gets stagnant. Doesn't feel like it grows much anymore. So I'm actually looking into that. That's what I've been doing recently. I'm actually thinking about getting some. I think it's called like horse and mane or horse and tail, maybe like shampoo, just technically for horses, but apparently it does like promote hair growth. But I don't know if it's good for beard, so that's something I
Yo,
need to
what
look.
up, Rich?
Um, but that was very loud, Russell.
Was it? Oh, I was trying to mute myself on.
You're muted talking right now. You
I
unmuted to
was.
say that.
Oh my god. My
You're
bad.
good. You're good. But I currently literally just use normal shampoo and
Whoops.
conditioner that I do for my hair when I'm in the shower, which is not good. I actually found that out kind of recently. I need to actually purchase some beard shampoo, and the reason is because I found out that just normal like hair shampoo and stuff actually can dry your skin out
Mhm.
on your face and stuff. So that may be parts of mine. I do oil my beard. I try to do it daily. Some days I miss, but I do oil my beard, just rub it through. You kind of, I mean, you can see a little bit in it right now where I oiled it last. Um, but I do want to look into some shampoos and stuff like that, and trying to because I do want it to kind of grow a little more, to make them be a little more bigger. I mean, it's a pretty like I mean I guess like full beard, but I have the problem where I feel like it gets here, then it kind of just stops. But I oil it, I brush it, and that's really about it right now. I definitely need to look into more. I thought about picking some up during the after Christmas sale that Walmart has. I did find like one thing of it, which was like a holiday thing with like beard shampoo and stuff like that, but I didn't buy it. I probably should have, but I didn't. But I definitely need to look into that to see if I can make it grow a little more. And currently, just for my mustache, it needs trimmed right now. My wife normally just goes across it with some scissors for me to help trim it up and keep it out of my mouth. So that's kind of what I do with it. I don't know. What do you use, Russ?
Again, I'm sorry. I had my mute backwards. um. So yeah. Actually, I need to, just like you, I need to get my mustache trimmed because I hate when it gets in my mouth or really on my lips.
Yeah,
Like I like it to,
trying to eat food and you're eating your mustache.
yeah,
Oh
or getting
God.
it in the food or in drink. So it's not fun. Um, there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and say we're not sponsored, no sponsorship, but this I love this company called VikingMerch.com. They have some beard oils, and compared to other beard oils, I'm not exactly sure how how it would be as far as cheaper. Um, but I really like it, and often they'll have deals and stuff where you can get it cheaper and get some deals and stuff. But they have some really good smelling ones. There's one I use called Berserker, and it smells like wood and nature, and it's just really nice.
Berserker.
Yes, but
That's a crazy name.
my wife got me some beard shampoo and conditioner, which I had been out for a while because I usually get some stuff from Walmart that's like $4 or $5 that you can just squirt in like it's face/beard wash, and I'll use that. But I've been out for a while, so she got me that, and then generally I'll just dry brush, put in some oil on the brush, and just brush it through. Uh, and that's about it. But I mean, it's there's all sorts of stuff you can do with it, and I definitely would like to see it grow a little bit more thicker and a little bit longer. But thankfully, I'm blessed with it. This glorious red red beard.
Yeah, I mean, I've always, for about as long as I can remember, been able to grow facial hair. I remember the nickname I got in elementary school, believe it or not. I think it was about fourth grade. My nickname was 5 o'clock shadow because I could literally have a 5 o'clock shadow in fourth grade. I started shaving when I was in third grade, um, and by the time I was in middle school, high school, I was literally shaving twice a day. And if I shave now, I have to shave 2 to 3 times a day just to not have any type of hair on my face. But I prefer to have facial hair. I can't go barefaced. I feel like a baby. My wife even tells me that I have a baby face. But I like to keep it old, like you said, and brush it stuff like that. And I'm trying to work on again because I want to grow it longer. And I've actually also decided with my personal hair Instead of having the kind of hairstyle like you do, Russ, where we have the same hairstyle, I'm actually going to let it all grow out. So my top is still long and it's going to stay long, but I'm going to wait until like the rest of my hair is a pretty good length, and then I'm going to trim it up to even with it. So my hair is going to be wild for a while, but I just decided to have long hair. And we're doing the same with Hayden, my son. Me and the wife talked about it, and the way I grew up, my parents taught me and I hate to say it like this, and I'm going to try to not say it like this because I don't want Twitch to do anything. But he said only girls and um, the slang word for cigarettes, if you know what it is, or cigarette butts, I believe it is. Only girls and blah 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 blah. I'm not going to say have long hair or piercings is what he would say. Which I as soon as I turned like 18, I went and got piercings. But I don't have any more. I've taken those all out. I just haven't had them for a while. But long hair is something. I mean, I've kind of had longer hair back when I was a skateboarder and stuff, but it was all on my face, and I hated that. Now that I've kind of got it used to being back, and I can put it in little buns or ponytails or whatever, I'm just gonna let my hair grow long, and we're gonna let our sons grow long too. So he won't think anything of it. He'll be like daddy, and that's just kind of what we're doing. So I guess eventually I'll have long hair and a beard, and hopefully I can get some stuff, and my beard will be nice. Because I mean, literally, when I say I want my beard to grow, I want it to grow like down to my waist. I want that big long beard, but for some reason it gets here, and it seems like it just dies out and doesn't go any further from here.
Yeah, I
And I
think
don't know if anyone else in any of the chats, if they have beards and had that issue where it just seems to die out at a certain length, please let me know any advice you got that can help me make it bigger or grow longer. I would love that. Please
yeah.
don't clip that. I don't want someone to clip. I need advice to make it bigger because that's going to be weird.
Clip it quick. Man, I'm a mod. I should have been on your channel during that. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, don't.
But no,
Please don't.
I feel you.
But yeah,
Like it gets about here and it slows down.
yeah.
I think it's just one of those things that takes time. Like, cause like with this, that's a year. And eventually, once it gets a little bit longer, I'll start putting it back into the French braid, um, for that Viking style that I'm going for. And I actually have from the same website, VikingMerch.com. I've got a beard bead that I want to put in here. Now that it's actually getting long enough and thick enough, I can probably actually put it in here. But when I first had it, I didn't quite have it there.
Hey, Wolf got a good comment. That's actually what I was going to say. If you trim it at the ends, it'll help it grow. I actually done that with mine, and it did work. It actually started to grow back out and get like thicker. Another thing, I know this. I actually kind of sort of tried this. Um, there is you can use just straight like beer and use it
I've
for
heard that.
yeah, you can use it for the first time I ever found out about that beer was actually there's something in it that's good for your hair. Um, and he was in no way, shape, or form a favorite wrestler of mine at the time, because he's now. And now, as a matter of fact, I don't even watch wrestling much anymore. Um, but Triple H actually washed his hair in beer before he would go out and perform. He would he'd pour beer on his head and then let it set and then put soap in it and then wash
Huh.
it. And honestly, you could probably do the same thing with your beard somehow. There's because it's really good for just hair in general.
Yeah, but see, and then there's someone like me. I think of pouring a beer in my beard or my hair, and then I'm like, that's a beer I could have on my
Yeah,
stomach.
see, yeah,
Hey, Nate. See, look, you found a perfect use for your for those Rolling Rocks that you don't like now. Spin a
I
dog,
mean,
tall boy.
I don't have any Rolling Rocks. Listen, I'm actually currently drinking like the cheapest beer that you can buy, and I don't know why I've come to like it. Bush Light. I mean, literally, I can go Walmart. I can buy like a tall boy 6 pack, like $4.70 something cents at any of the stores. It's like $4.99, but it's the only light beer I've found that actually has a decent taste that I can stand, and I've just been drinking it lately because it's cheaper. But I mean, I do like it. But Budweiser's my beer. If I want to go out and all out, I'll get Budweiser. But I don't know if I could ever pour it though in my hair and stuff because I'd rather drink it. Um, but it's
But
stuff I'm gonna look into. I'm gonna Google some ideas and see what I can do to help make the beard grow.
now they have my wife. I think my wife got it for me once upon a time. It's called beer shampoo, and it's a shampoo and it has those main ingredients in it. I think Walmart has it. You can find it
We're
anywhere.
actually talking
Uh,
long hair
it was
and
a
beards,
brown
so we're talking
bottle with
about
like
beards and
gold
hair.
letters
Just
on it, and I think
making it
it
grow,
specifically stated
things we do to
beer
take care of
shampoo
it.
on the bottle somewhere.
Lorthal,
You'll have to look for it when you go back out.
what do you do for
Because
your
I
hair
got it
and
once. I loved it.
beard?
It worked. Whatever shampoo. You know what I mean? I didn't pay much close attention to it, but if I had my beard out longer now, I probably would, keep a closer eye on it, see the effects of it. But
I mean, it's a thing. I just Googled
yeah,
it. Beer shampoo improves luster, shine, condition, and softness. Beer shampoo
see,
makes your hair more manageable, helps prevent dry scalps, and removes dandruff. Beer has properties such as phosphorus, copper, magnesium, and all the B vitamins, which makes it the ultimate hair care ingredient. That's weird.
yeah,
That's something you
yep.
would never think of.
What about
Uh,
whiskey?
no.
Probably not.
No, that's really too expensive to go put in your hair. So beer for
Okay,
shampoo. Okay.
so I'm gonna literally just Google what can I do to make my beard grow longer. Okay,
Yeah.
this is the 10 tips to grow a long beard and mustache. Number one, don't trim your beard.
Huh.
Hmm. Well,
It worked
number
for me.
two,
True what they
don't
say. It worked for me.
don't trim your mustache. Train your mustache. It says, huh? Start using beard oil and beard dry oil early. Develop your own total care regimen early. Brush and or comb your beard every day. Be aware of your what the heck does that have to do with anything? Be aware of your surroundings. Judge your beard on its own merit, not by the beards around you. Be patient. Like what? Some of those steps I don't get. My beards are gonna grow longer because I'm aware of my surroundings. There's a tree right next to me. That means my beard's gonna grow 6 more inches today. That makes no sense. What? That's some of the crazy stuff. I want to know um is
Be patient.
May tail good for beards? Okay. It works very well. I only have to use it once a week to keep my long beard from knotting. As long as I don't shampoo it, I just use hot water to wash my beard after the shampoo it once a week. Oh, that sounds weird.
Hmm.
Apparently, you can use the mane and tail. I'm really thinking about doing that because I have heard that mane and tail can help your hair grow. I mean, I might even use it for my hair and beard. Who knows? Maybe they'll grow faster. I don't know.
There you
That's
go.
something to check. I think that's something you can buy like at like local Walmart or whatnot.
I mean, if not, we can always chop your hair off and make a paintbrush with it then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so my wife has an appointment. Her mom, and I think her sister have an appointment this Thursday, and I'm off work. They're going to get their hair done. And she like, I'm going with them, but I don't plan on getting anything cut. But she's like, if you want to get your hair cut or beard trimmed or whatnot, I don't think I'm gonna do anything. I just want to let it grow. I would definitely probably gonna look into getting some mane and tail. I have, like I said, I've heard that from multiple sources that it's good for hair growth and whatnot. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get some beer shampoo. Who knows? It almost like it comes off almost like a beard shampoo, but beer shampoo. That's insane. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. I read it in a WWE article. Because it was like all about Triple H, and it had some other side stuff in there.
And
And
now he's bald.
it was a
I said now he's like bald, has short hair, don't he?
yeah, he keeps it cut now, and he was like, uh, it was a Q and A is what it was, and they had that, like each month I got those things in the mail, and they were awesome, man. Um, but anyway, they done a Q and A, and one of the biggest things I caught on to, I was like, beer for your hair. That sounds so freaking weird, but I thought that sounds like such a roadie. And then
Yep.
but I look at it, and it's like that's not a bad idea. you know,
If I wasn't the person that I wouldn't necessarily say I consume a lot of alcohol, but generally at least every other weekend. I probably drink at least a 6 pack, maybe on like a Friday night, maybe on Saturday night too.
Yeah.
I might look into that um, to do it, but I'm just the type of person I'd rather just buy to drink it, honestly. 'Cause it's relaxing to me. I can drink me like a 6 pack Tall Boys, and then go to bed and I sleep like a baby. I really do. Um, but I don't know. It's something I may look. I may actually buy some of the beer shampoo, and instead of putting beer in it, but I'll buy actual beer shampoo and see what it does. I do need to get me a better a comb. Right now, I have this brush that I don't really like it. It's like a thick, like wiry brush. I want one of those actual like wooden combs because apparently the wood combs are supposed to be great. I want one of those to comb my beard instead of using that brush because I don't feel like that brush does much. And actually, something that I've kind of thought about getting is a beard straightener. I don't know if any of you guys have seen those,
Yep.
but my beard is very thick and full and almost want to say nappy because my hairs are kind of curly, and if I could help straighten that out some, it would even look probably a little longer. And I'm thinking about looking into getting a beard straightener.
Yeah, and actually, so this is actually something I know about. Because I used to straighten my hair back in the day whenever I had the emo cut and stuff. Um, and then I talked to my barber or stylist, however you would prefer, or however she would prefer it, but Red up here in Mount Vernon. Um, she suggested just like a regular straight iron, one preferably that's like titanium versus ceramic. And then what you do is, so before you straighten it, get out of the shower, dry it where it's still a little damp, but not too, you just want a little bit. You mainly
Mm-hmm.
want to dry it as good as you can, but without, completely drying it. Put some oil in it and then straighten it. And you can use like a regular straightening iron, and you don't need a whole lot of heat, and it's real simple.
Well, see, the things that I've looked into as far as the beard straighteners is they're the ones that like they comb and beard it or comb and straighten it at the same time. And it like because to me the normal straightener is kind of big and bulky and it's hard to get all of it. But with like the smaller beard straighteners that they have with like the built-in comb, with like literally combs and straightens at the same time, it would just be easier to get it and get it in a more consistent way. It's kind of why I've thought about picking one up, but I don't even know how much they cost. I'm sure they're on Amazon.
They're
I've looked at them
expensive.
a few times.
Yeah, they're
I'm gonna
probably
look one
really
up there.
expensive unless you get like a really cheap off-brand one. But no, I kid you not. Like there are straighteners that are like either 1 inch or 2 inches, so they're not as bulky as I'm guessing the ones that you've seen. But either way, even if you did get a beard straightener specific or a straightener, definitely make sure you put some oils in it before you straighten it so you
Yeah,
don't burn your hair. And
I
don't
mean
do it at
it
high
doesn't
heat.
it doesn't seem that bad. Here's one which is an Amazon choice. It's actually a kit. It's a beard straightener with beard balm, beard growth oil, and beard guide ebook, whatever that is. So it's like a three-in-one kit, and it's
Yeah,
only like $24. That's not horrible.
but it's
And
probably
it's
not the best
literally
quality.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's got a let's see what the rating is on it. If I can, it's got a 5-star rating on. Oh no, that's something else. JK, 4.5-star rating it has with 6,916 ratings. So that's pretty decent, I would think.
Yeah.
It's made by. Does it say who it's made by? Oh, here it is. I don't know anything about this. Xikezean. Sorry.
Yeah, that's an off-brand, most
Zigzag.
likely.
Zigazon. But it's an Amazon choice. I mean, I don't know for sure which ones on here are gonna be like big brands like Kazor. Don't know what that is. Um, I don't know none of these men. Arkham premium beard straightener for men.
Batman.
$36.99. That one's a little more expensive.
Batman.
Uh, but it's something that I definitely want to look into and getting. But there's other things. Like I mean, I'm not gonna necessarily. I want it so bad that that's what I want because I mean, of course, our birthdays are coming up soon. I gotta say our because we have the same birthday. Um, but I think honestly, this year, like for my birthday, if anyone like in my family, my wife, whatever, wants to give me a gift, I want more tattoos. There's two that I want to get for my buddy who passed away. Um, so I plan on getting that. Um, but I don't know. We'll see. I definitely want to look into getting more beard stuff to help my beard grow and be more thick and fuller for sure.
Heck yeah. Speaking of which, our birthday's on a Monday. Oh, he's talking to chat.
Yeah, sorry, I'm talking to chat. Yeah, birthday's on a Monday. I'm actually I'm gonna request that day off. I think and take my birthday off.
Yeah. Do you want to stream for that weekend? Do like a birthday stream before or on the day of or something?
Yeah, I mean for sure we can definitely look into that. I want to. My wife's birthday's coming up first. Her birthday's next month, January 22nd. And I already ordered a gift, which was supposed to. Don't tell me that's your woman's birthday too.
January 5th. No,
Oh,
January 6th. But that's still creepy that they're in the same
yeah.
month.
I thought you were about to say like their birthday's the same day. I was like, no, God, no. Um,
So,
anyways, yeah. But no, I ordered a gift for her for it's gonna be like a Christmas gift, but it's not even shipped yet, honestly.
oh
And it
man.
said it could take like up to 30 days for it to ship, so it may even be a late birthday present. But I got that coming in for her, and then I'll probably get her some more stuff. But um, it's just ideas, that I gotta throw around and whatnot, stuff like that. But like I said, as far as beard growth and what I use right now is just oil. I have had balm and used it, but I haven't had any in a while. Maybe I was using it wrong. I always felt like balm made my hair or my face kind of dry. I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
really use balm.
I had shampoo, but me.
Sorry, I was muted. I just shampoo mine and then I'll use oil and comb it. Well, brush it. I need to get a better comb. Stuff like that. Honestly, probably this week when the wife does groceries and stuff, I may have her check out some of the beer oil or not beer oil, beer shampoo. See if they got anything like that. Or that was really bright. Whatever you just pulled up shined in your face like a UFO.
It
Uh,
was the TV.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but that's also something else. I mean, that we've talked about a little bit on the podcast. I know Bundy, this doesn't necessarily relate to you because you don't use vapes. I don't think, but me and him both do vaping. I mean, I'm sitting here, you'll see me vaping. I actually posted a picture on my social media over the weekend. So this I could say for this little tank. It's a RTA, so it's rebuildable. I like put coils in it, cotton, and all that. This thing has been amazing because I have had the same coils in it for over a year. Which, to be fair, I didn't use for a couple months, and then I picked back up, cleaned them, and was using them. But they still set in this thing for over a year and was using them. Yeah, he corrected me, Wolf RDTA. Sorry. But I finally actually over the weekend replaced the coils. So one gift I got from my brother-in-law for Christmas was a pack of many different coils. I don't even remember exactly how many I have now, but I have enough coils that I can literally probably go years without having to buy new coils. But I ended up I have my own coils that I bought, so I was using them instead of actually like wounding up and building my own coils. I just buy pre-made ones because it's easier for me, and they're only like 99 cents a piece. Um, but anyways, I put some new ones in this and got them heated up and set to the right. You got to like go through and like, almost like comb them to get them right and get the heat spread out consistency. But they get this thing, and I've seen it referred to as coil porn, is what a lot of people like to say. It's when you get them heated up and they get that good consistency. When they cool down, they kind of got like a rainbow effect to them. And I thought that was just a neat thing I posted on my social media. So if anyone in chat or you guys follow me on Facebook or anything, you can find the picture on there. I posted it. Pretty neat picture of the coils. But that's also like if you hear me vaping, it kind of pops right now because it's very fresh.
Yeah, actually, I need to change mine. Mine's also an RDTA. Um, and but what's different about mine? And I can't take the top off to show you, unfortunately, because the tank does have some juice that has not decided. I need to change it because nothing's wanting to drain properly. But mine's mesh, so instead of doing the coils, I just have a mesh that goes over it, and I
Is
think
yours
it.
an RDTA or is yours an RDA?
No, mine's an RDTA. It's it's an
Oh, okay.
it's got a tank,
I
but it's
see.
also
I see now.
buildable. Um, but mine's a mesh, so mine's just like a thin little sheet of metal that's mesh that I just bend over and then stick the cotton through
Yeah,
instead of the
I've seen
coils.
those and they're supposed to be pretty neat. And I know Wolf in the chat says he buys wire and wraps his own coils. I used to, but I've actually found it's cheaper to buy pre-made coils than it is for me to buy the stuff and make my own. It's also faster, but it's a lot cheaper for me to buy them because like I said, at 99 cents a piece, or like the big pack we bought on Amazon, which comes with all these coils. For the price and the amount of wire it came out to, it's cheaper than buying wire and building your own, and saves me a lot of time. And I'm not gonna lie, I can't build Claptons or aliens. I get like I've tried, I just get so aggravated when I try to do them. I just prefer to buy the pre-mades, snip the ends, shove them in, heat them up right, put cotton in them, wick them, go on the go with them. Um, but it's a lot better than a normal tank with a normal coil and burning out that coil like every 2 days. I've spent that life a lot.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of why, like, with, you buy yours pre-made. Mine, I like the convenience of it, where I don't have to do anything, don't have to do much other than just bend it to the right curve, and then I'm done.
Yeah, yeah. I know a lot of people get into those mesh ones, and I've actually just seen them recently. I do follow some vaping YouTube channels, and see them. They're pretty neat. Definitely something new for me that I may have to check out one day. But I don't like to spend a lot of money on stuff, so I've been using the same stuff. I mean, you can literally see here my poor mod has seen a nice fair share of abuse, and really, this isn't even from a lot of, mostly just in and out of my pocket. I can say for this thing, I did drop it in the lake once, and this is not a waterproof mod or nothing, but it still works to this day. So it's been a great mod.
Yeah, mine's an
And
Aegis, and mine is mint specifically for getting its butt handed to it. As you can tell, it's got all sorts of like paint chips worn out,
yeah,
and this thing has gotten dropped, watered, and everything, and still works. Looks looks beat up, but hey, still works.
is that one the Aegis Legend? Is that what that
Uh,
was?
no, this is if I remember correctly, Aegis Solo, because it only uses one battery, which is nice. Because I have like three batteries over there, always on the charger, and then whenever I need to get a new battery, boom, fresh battery, and I still have more to spare.
Right. Aegis is nice as Lone Wolf. They can be. I had the Aegis Legend though. I didn't like it. I won't lie. But that's another subject we can go more into vaping when it's just like me and Russ, because I know Bundy doesn't necessarily get into vaping or know anything about that. I don't know if Bundy does anything. You may have used to dip if I remember correctly.
No, I never
No,
did.
okay, I'm way off.
Um, I, I did, man. I did drink pretty heavy, not all the time, just like on weekends and like high school and stuff. And then like by the time I got 21, I went to this little, I went to this little honky tonk down in Harriet, Tennessee, and my cousin was living over there at the time, and I said, dude, and I mean, like he was walking distance, and I was like, let's go, like let's go out there and just see what's going on. And I was completely single and everything, and like I said, I just turned 21, and I was like, you know what, I've drank and stuff, so let's go see what this, sit down, order it, enjoy it, feels like or sounds like, and got in there and we sat, we enjoyed, and it was short little tiny place, cram packed, nice, neat little looking place, and all the way back in a little hole, and I was like, place pretty nice. And I started getting some dirty looks because there was people playing pool, and I was just watching. I was just standing there watching, and I was like, I started getting some dirty looks from some guys, and I was like, I'm not that very big of a dude. Y'all have fun. I'll see you later. Yeah,
That happens.
that's that was,
Myself personally, like as far as like a scene, like going out to bars or whatnot, I'm not the type of person that I get into that. I mean, I do drink a few beers here and there, maybe on the weekend or so, or like I said, every other. But I'm not, and it's more expensive too. It's just a waste of money for me to go out and spend $3 or $4 a drink. I mean, that's ridiculous, honestly. But I mean, like I said, on my work trip though, when I was in Texas, I did get some at restaurants here and there, because I was not at home. But it's I wouldn't ever say I'm like a heavy drinker, or I mean, I know people like I literally know this guy. He's a friend of mine's dad, and he's a great man, one of the greatest like guys I've ever met. Help you with anything you need, but that dude literally sweats alcohol. I mean, he drinks it. Besides when he's working, he drinks it from the time he wakes up till he goes to bed.
Oof.
And like I said, he sweats out. You can just smell it on him. So I mean, some people, have their different things that get them, and he's like I said, you would most of the time never really know he's drunk. He's pretty chill guy. I mean, he's about the same as he is drunk when he's sober, but that's just what he does. And but he's also probably this type of guy. He's been doing that since he was, 10 years old. He's older, so and that's just how he grew up. And he's a good guy. Like I said, there's just people like that. I've known a lot of people like that around here. One a family member of mine, my great uncle, was just like that too. A huge alcoholic. I mean, he just drank and drank and drank. You'd never know he drank, but you could smell it on him all the time.
And that's like, I mean, I don't drink now. I honestly, I've put them down, and I've had them put down for the longest time. I may have picked up maybe five beers over the course of 7 years. I mean, well, 6 years us, me and my wife being married, and 7 years together. I may have had like five over the course of that time. I just and I don't have anything against drinking or anybody. I just I buckle down, and me personally, I buckled in, and I gave my life to the Lord. And I just don't feel a necessity for it. And like I said, I don't feel negative towards anyone who does it. Hey, that's your own thing. That's your own preference. That just me personally, I stepped aside and took on different things, and I just don't do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Uh, like I went to, I tell you what, and really where this ultimately set in. It was a Friday night. I was in high school, and uh, me and some friends were gonna go. We was gonna go drink, have a good time, and I was amped up for it, dude. I mean, I'm talking like Friday. I was in class, and I was getting excited. Like, man, we're gonna go have some fun. We're gonna get lit, and which lit wasn't even the word back then. We didn't even know what the heck lit was. Uh, that's how old school we all are. I don't know what we called it back then, but it wasn't lit. Um,
We just said we're gonna go get up.
yeah, yeah, that was it.
Wasted.
Party's happening. Um, and I mean, I went to the get together, and they were like, "Hey, what, put your order in. What do you want?" And I said, and I was ready. I had it in my mind. I was like, Bud Light, you know. And
Yeah.
then before I could before I could even get the words out, something inside just changed. I don't know if it be the Lord that spoke to me and just decided to call me out of there or what, but I looked over at him, looked him straight in the eye, and I said, "You know what? I don't have to have fun, and I'm out of here." That was it. I was like, "Well, wasn't what I initially planned, but alrighty, I'm out of here."
And that's fair. I mean, growing up like through high school and stuff, I really wasn't a big drinker or anything at all. I mean, I dipped from the longest time, but
Mm-hmm.
I here and there. I mean, I might go years, if not 6, 7, 8 months, and maybe have one or two beers and just be done with it. But I don't know. I got older, and uh, to me, maybe it helps me cope with stuff. I don't know, but I'm not the type of person that I go out and want to go to parties and loud music, yeah, having a crazy time. I like to sit back, relax, be with my family or friends. If I have like a friend over, most times it's just family. Like last night, we played some card games. We played Uno, then we played Family Feud on the TV. Just played some games, and I was just sitting there and had a few beers, just having a fun time with the family. And all
Yeah.
this is me. It's just relaxing, honestly. I've never been the one to party, I guess. Now I have
Linguini.
done some partying, but did you say linguini? Oh yeah,
Linguini.
linguini does not end with an I. Okay, that made me so mad
I lo-
because we said all of them except for like maybe linguini, and I said macaroni. Macaroni ends with an I. Linguini does not. Ah,
yeah, like that post of me, like that was wonderful.
yeah, yeah, and like this New Year's coming up. I know my sister in law and brother in law. I think they've invited us to go to their house. I don't know if we're going to. It really comes down if my wife wants to. But more than likely, we'll probably just be at the house. I got some boneless wings. I'm probably gonna cook up some boneless wings, eat
Uh-huh.
those. Might have me a few beers and then go to bed and wake up Friday and do whatever we're doing. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, I don't ever. Like I said, I've never really been one to get into the whole partying thing. Like I said, I have done partying a lot. not a lot, but when I was younger, I think the last like big party I did, I was like 17, and that was one of the worst times I've ever had with alcohol. It was such a bad time. We was in Corbin partying, and when I woke up, we were in Louisville, and I don't even remember getting to Louisville. Don't know how we got there. Don't know who drove. You know, I don't know
Oh
none
wow.
of it. But we were in Louisville. I woke up in an apartment with a bunch of people around that I had no clue who they were. I walked over to the table and there was like a bunch of purses, and I saw like some money sticking out of one, and I just grabbed $20 and wrote on a little piece of paper like, "Hey, I'm Nate. I don't know if you know me. I borrowed $20. So I'll pay you back." And then I walked outside, still not knowing I was in Louisville. And when I stepped outside, I was just like, "Where am I?" And I started walking, found a McDonald's, got some food, walked back, and everyone was all like, "Oh, I was wondering where you were," and stuff. I'm like, "Where are we? What am I doing here?" And like, "Oh, we're in Louisville. Yeah, do you not remember getting here last night?" No. Do you? Some people are like, "Yeah, I drove," or "Yeah, we drove," and but some people are like, "No." That was that. Bad after that's when I kind of laid off of it a lot. But like I said, that was also the biggest time I'd ever drank. I guess being younger. As far as growing up past that, like I said, here and there I would maybe, but never, never that bad. I probably drink more now than I ever did, but it's still not bad. I wouldn't say I'm an alcoholic. I don't drink every day. I don't crave it. I don't like die for it. It's just something I like and helps me relax. You know.
Oh yeah, I agree. Hey, like I said, man, I don't, anybody that drinks or anything. Hey, that is your preference. That's what you know. If that's what how you chill. That's how you chill. You know what I mean? Do
Right.
you know what I mean? Like I don't put nobody down for drinking because hey, I drank too at one point. You know what I mean? I chose to. I had something different. I had something a different calling, and I had to
Mhm.
act on it and take it over. And like I said, it's just something that just you know I just I can't go back to it. I'm not I don't get buck wild with it when I did or nothing like that or get crazy or stupid or nothing. I was just as chilled in as I was probably even more chilled in than I was sober. But still, like after that night, when I was like, man, I don't have to have it to have fun. That kind of just initiated something deep down, and I was like, you know what, I really don't, and I just kind of just walked away from it. But
Yeah. And
I mean,
that's good, and I wholeheartedly respect
Good
that.
on you.
Um, I mean, I'm sure you know Bundy, like, and stuff. I'm not the biggest religious person, but I'm not the type of person that I'm going to sit here and say this or this about this person. If it's what you believe in, I'm awesome with that. I respect you for that, and I'm still going to be your friend no matter what. That's the way I think
yeah,
it should
oh
be.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Love's always there. And like right now, currently at 29 years of age, unfortunately, I'll be 30. 30 scares the crap out of me because it's coming up in 2021.
We're
But
all gonna be 30 in 2021. That's crazy.
no,
yeah,
not me. I'll be 29 and 30 in
Oh yeah,
2021.
that's right. I'm a
oh
year
yeah.
older than you. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, 2022 is when I'll be 30. I still got a year. Suck it.
Oh, I'm getting old.
But like man, I tell you, the biggest joy and the biggest thing that I get the most joy, the most biggest kick out of every day is when that clock strikes 5:30. I get to go in and play dad, not just play dad. I get to be dad. You know what I mean? Like that is the best job in the freaking world, and I don't get paid for it, and I don't want paid for it because there ain't no amount of money you can pay me to say, hey, be a dad, and it costs this amount of money. No way, no shape or form. There is nothing like having kids and watching kids be kids.
Mhm.
Uh, I love it, man. Parenting has opened up a whole new world, and I've been a dad for 5 years. I got three of my own, but finally we had a little girl, and she's broke the mold on my side because we've been all boys for 5 generations. So
That
she's
little girl is gonna break you too. You just wait.
oh, dude, I feel it, man. Oh my god, I feel it. She's
My
my
three year old, my 3-year-old daughter has already broke me. She's so rotten, spoiled, attitude, but she's sassy. But she knows. I don't know, man. She's crazy. But it's the same way, like you said. I mean, being a dad's one of the best things I've ever done. And honestly, I never expected myself to be a dad. So the point that I am, and I get to be a better dad than my father ever was, kind of makes me happy. Um, so. Like I said, I love my kids. My daughter, she's 3 going on 4. My son, it will be 9 months old next month of January. He's about as big as she is, so there's that. But yeah, I love them to death. I know my son is actually, well, both my kids have been kind of sick again. They gotten a cold, and now my daughter's gotten a cold again, and now it's passed it back on to my son. And I know he's had kind of a rough morning this morning. My wife told me he threw up on her a couple times, and it's pretty bad. But
Oh,
hopefully he'll get to feeling better with the medicine and stuff like that. But I hate to see him sick though. It's always rough. Always, it's a statement I think just as a dad you say, and I say it all the time to him. As I'd gladly take that sickness from me if I could. I'd rather be sick than watch them be sick. But you
yes,
know,
absolutely.
that's something with me is I barely ever get sick. I don't know why. I'm just barely ever sick. But
And
Because
as a
we're
kid, I guess the your immune system is weaker, so they can get sick out of nowhere. But
uh,
and I'm gonna knock on wood somewhere that I said that I barely ever get sick. I don't want
I
to
got you.
don't want to get sick now.
That's
Uh-oh.
funny.
Oh, good. No, I'm just
Dude,
kidding.
we gotta stop being so much alike because that's the same way I am about the kids. Like I would take the sickness and hardly ever getting sick myself. We gotta stop, man. I'm writing a letter to mom and telling her, look, you shouldn't have held him in for another year.
If you wear the same size shoe as me, then we are somehow related. What size shoe do you wear?
11 and a half.
Okay, I got a bigger foot. We're not related then.
Okay.
I wear 13.
Okay.
So
I
yeah,
got
so
wide
from
feet
there,
though. Like,
I
I do
wear,
have
well,
fat feet.
depending on the brand, I wear a 13. Mostly it's like a 12, 12 and a half.
There's some that I can wear like a 12 or so. I think like my Crocs are like a size 12, but mostly everything else it's a 13 or even some 14s. I know my Doc Martens are 13, and all my tennis shoes are 13. Besides one pair is 14, which they're honestly a little too big. But I got them in such a good deal I could pass them up. But I don't even think I have shoes up here with me. I am lucky enough to have a little office that I can kind of work from and do like my streams from. I know it's actually something Bundy was talking about earlier, and it just hit my head. I remember I was going to say it, but I forgot. Like you said, sometimes my brain's like just a snake, and it goes all different avenues. But what he's talking about as far as like content, having professional office or whatnot. I've started out being in living rooms or bedrooms or whatnot. I mean, honestly, this up here used to be our bedroom, and our bed was right over there. And I could literally only be on my computer when we weren't in bed. And most of the time, if I was on, it had to be when they were in bed because the kids were asleep. But I couldn't because they were right there. But now we moved it downstairs and in the bedroom. So up here, it's kind of a mess over there because I got ideas I want to do with it. I want to like build a desk and then put it all over there, and then have like the stuff that's behind me all over here and whatnot. But I get this little area that I can do my thing in and whatnot. Of course, if my daughter's up here, it's not a thing because I mean you'll see that little black space right there as a doorway. That which I don't know if actually Russ can see it on his camera that he's using for me, but my stream camera, this little black space right here is actually my daughter's bedroom that she has. So but sometimes she's up here playing, sometimes she's not. But I still get my little area of private space, and I can do my own thing with them. And you can see there's signs up here, and I got like all my boxes for my PC here, and my little light up shelf with some figures in it and stuff like that that I try to just keep around. But it's nice to have that little area. But if you got to start out in your dining room or your bedroom, by all means do it. And I think if I'm not mistaken, Russ, like you're in an open space area, aren't you, in
yep,
your house right now?
I'm in the
Yeah,
living room. And I
yeah.
don't have a monitor. I can't afford one right now, so I'm using our
It
55
happens.
inch TV.
I've mentioned before to my wife, it was before the bedroom. We moved it downstairs, and I was like, "Hey, I can just move my office downstairs into the living room. We can make space for it. I'll use it there. Whatever." And she refused. She said, "No." She's like, "You're not having your computer in my living room. That's her area. She decorates all that. She does everything with it." So I kind of understood it. I was like, "Okay, fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is." And even before that, a while back, the bedroom that we're using downstairs now, I used to have my computer and stuff in there for a little bit, but it was just better up here. The only downside to it is the floors are hardwood, so they're not very good with sound softening, I guess, or soundproofing. I need to like get some carpets and put up here just like to roll on and stuff. Because right now, if I roll, it's just really loud. But I try to stay still when I can. But Either way, it's been awesome having you on the stream, Bundy, and on the podcast. Did you? I know you, like you said, you jotted down some topics and stuff like that. Was there anything else that you had that you wanted to go over or ask?
Honestly, while we streamed here, I've actually had one. I got an idea for a video, and I figured, what the heck, man, we're on the stream, and I'll share it. What if I'd done like a commercial for like a barbershop, like for a haircut?
Yeah.
And maybe you should, like, I mean, like as far as yourself personally, or like a shop itself doing commercial for them.
Yeah, I mean, just find a barbershop and be like, granted, we're local and everybody knows every barber around here. I just thought about it. I was like, I know it's really not necessary and it's not something you see all the time, but it would be different and unique if you do it in a certain style, which I've got all figured up here.
Yeah,
But like, uh, like I don't know, somebody take it away from me or whatever. But
maybe you should hit up Mike for Mike's or Rocky.
yeah, I may do that. Actually, little brother cuts hair on the side. I thought about collabing with him just as a test dummy, be like, hey, which I hit him up and he was kind of for it. I didn't really get to go into complete detail. And I was like, hey, I got an idea for a video and you're my dummy. He's like, all right. So, but, take maybe like, whenever, they got different sets of tools laid out. They use different scissors, different shavers, different blades, different whatever. Take like, have them, I don't know, have a shot like how they roll out their stuff or
The
when
B roll
they,
of it.
yeah, like, like have the camera. Where's that? Where's my phone? I'll freaking demonstrate here. So like, and let's see. Yeah. So if they're, say these are the scissors, and here's your camera. So you're filming as they move, you move with it. So like if they go to reach and pick up the scissors, you're following the scissors and picking up with the hand and so on. So I don't know, man. This crap comes to me all the time, and it comes and goes so fast. I don't have no time to write it down. It gets crazy up here with the stuff I come up with. It's like, hey, we could film this from that angle. Oh wait, that's an idea for an ice cream commercial. I mean, I don't know, man. This stuff comes and goes, and I don't know what to do with it. Really.
Right.
Hey, what you could probably do is use your phone or something, record. Just record yourself saying what the idea is, and that way later on you could write it down. Maybe that might help you. That's a good
Good
idea.
idea.
I
Yeah.
like that idea.
See, I got an app, and it's a storyboard app, and I kind of sort of flirt around and use it because you can actually add like people, like a little stick figure looking type, well, 3D models, um, and like you can have like a man here, woman here, and you can have the camera. You can play around with the camera, and over here on the side, I would leave you a link, or I would tell you. I think it's hold on, what's it called? I'll look it up because somebody may want it. Who knows? Previs Pro, Previs Pro. You can get the full. You can purchase the full version, but I just use the free one for what I do. Um, and like I play around with camera angles and different things with it and see how it's going to look. And I mean, you can use your dimensions, you can use everything. I played around with it. And I was like, man, like how like when you watch a movie and you see them doing the over the shoulder shots. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was practicing like, okay, what's the right height? How do they, you know, shallow depth of field is really all that it is, but still, you're given the concept of two people are talking and this is who they're talking to and this is the view and yada yada. And like I said, I could talk all night about this stuff. Really, I could. But yeah, I just sit here while we were talking, and we were on the subject of beards and hair, and I was like, haircut commercial, you know. just
It's
I
crazy
said,
to see how your mind can work sometimes like that.
yeah. I mean, I was sitting here and listening to you, and I'm like, haircut commercial, I'm like, just bam, and and but yeah, I don't know, maybe I can come up with
Or
something there.
maybe not even necessarily like a commercial, like for that. that company or that salon, barbershop, but maybe just like even talking to them like, hey, how would you feel about me being here filming it? Just like for you necessarily, to use in like videos to show what you can do, stuff like that. Hey, I'm just gonna be running this. I'll gladly send it to you if you want to use it for anything.
Yeah.
But really, it's just for me. I want to improve my skills or see what
Yep.
I can do with it. Stuff like that. I mean, I would really recommend, especially Rocky because he is kind of the younger age.
Yeah.
Hit up Rocky, and I guarantee he'd be all down for it.
Yeah. And I say because I'd actually done a wood burn for him, and it's in his shop, uh, which I was actually honored to do. We got talking, and I got throwing around some stuff, and I actually owe him two pieces, and I've not forgot. It's just I'm held over trying to get everything up and going. But yeah, I was kind of thinking Rocky just because he is more younger and I'm more
Yeah.
familiar with him. Uh, but yeah, I don't know, like the I mentioned before the other people that I spoke with, they definitely wanted to do something like that. And my thing is like it's all local. Video is like the number one thing that everybody is going through right now, especially because of COVID. Like video, YouTube, everything, anything video, mainline stream is it right now. And I'm thinking my thought process on it is, it may not drive like views or nothing, but it'll definitely draw like awareness to your channel, whether channel or Facebook page or whatever. It'd be something cool to have because not a lot of people have it, especially local. Not a lot of people have,
Right.
something on there that whenever they see your page, it can draw views and keep it unique. And in the first group of people I talked with, I was like, hey, you know, what if because they were new, they're a new shop. I won't say who they are. I'll keep everything discreet. But they're a new shop, and I was like, hey, uh, I'm freelance video. Uh, what do y'all think about like a commercial? Free charge. I don't want to charge on nothing because I'm still figuring things out. I don't know what to charge, if anything at all. And consider it like a consultation, and we both learn from it, and maybe it's something I can grow and build off of. Because I don't want to just walk in there and be like, yeah, I'm going to charge you $13 an hour. I spend 2 hours of filming, and I spend 8 hours editing. I don't want to do
Right.
that. I want to take the risk of undercutting someone or hurting myself. So
Right.
sort of, to me, it's more like, hey, let's do a free consultation, video or whatever, and because what that's going to do, that's going to open up relationship first, and to me, that's more important than money or cash or whatever, because
Networking.
I can build that relationship and always have that. It'll set a good ground of, hey, we cool. You need something, cool. Let me help you out. I need something, you help me out. You can kind of scratch each other's back type of thing. But don't always, it's kind of like what you all said. Don't always expect it in return, and that's the beauty and that's the glory of it. And I'm that way. I don't want anything really in return other than if my video that I produce for you brings you more customer, especially in COVID and everything. If it brings you more views, if it brings you more money, if it brings you any help at all,
Mm-hmm.
I'm for it, 100%. If it creates some kind of influence, and because I know at the end of the day, it's just going to give me recognition and possibly business. I'm more what's the old saying? Let the little fish go so you can get the big fish later, or whatever. That's kind of more my side on it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
all
and
it's
I
all
get
about
that.
networking.
Yep. Yep. And that's, I mean, like I said, that's something I would definitely, if I were you, look into, and maybe even reach out, like, to Rocky, just, give them the idea what you want to do. And I think that would definitely be something good you could do, like 100%. Um, it's just ideas. I think your video work, especially when you're doing it, like I would never guess that it was on a cell phone. The videos that I've seen you do. I mean, I try, which now, I mean, with the new phone I do have, it does do a little better because like the sensor in it, it kind of helps like
Mm-hmm.
when you're walking and stuff and having that like jumbling effect. But but it's still like the stuff you can make happen, and the way it looks and stuff is really good, and it's all with your editing and the knowledge you have with the video or videography, I guess you would say. it's definitely something I think you could excel at and have some pretty substantial stuff.
Yeah, I would like to, and I'm like you guys, hey, if I can go full time and do my dream, whether it be videos in general, if it be doing just videography altogether, with be helping businesses out and using that to help businesses, or
Right.
using it more so as a tool rather than a revenue stream.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, my two biggest things is wood burning and videos, and thankfully I can combine the two and make use of both. Matter of fact, I'm
Right.
working on something with woodworking and wood burning here soon. Um, but yeah, any time, and if you boys want any edits or anything, hey, you should know by now. Hit me up. I'll throw something together, whatever you want, whatever. And I ain't about charging anybody or anything, because like I said, I don't even know what to charge. I'm more about the relationship first than I am about making money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the true, and that's definitely something. Like I said, I know you've done some edits for me on like clips and stuff I've had and things like that, and I thought they were like, it's awesome. Literally, what I told you, kind of like the idea was, and you were able to make it happen. Even sent me an idea of one, like if I ever had like a YouTube channel to throw on there. But so I do have a YouTube channel, and I tried to upload our last podcast to it, but I was having issues and it just like stopped uploading. I don't know if I had an issue with the download on the video or what, but I'll look into it again another day. But
That's not good.
definitely been yeah, it wasn't good, but it's definitely been good talking and like getting your side on stuff and anything like that. Definitely would love to have you again on the podcast in the future if you
Oh
ever decide you want to be in it.
yeah,
Again,
yeah,
and yeah, and the same goes for some of the other like followers in the Discord and friends that we've made. I know Toxic has mentioned being in them before. I'm 100% with having him in it. If he gets the stuff set up and then gets down some topics stuff like that, we'd love to have you in here. Just get some more voices in here, more opinions, stuff like that. We can always get it. But I don't know about you fellers, but for me, it's getting a little late. I need to go spend some time with the family, so it's getting about time to cut the podcast off. I could sit here and talk with you guys for hours.
Yeah,
Believe me.
yeah, and I think this would be good. This would be a good, 2.5 hour stream. It's been good, and it's been nice having another guest on here with us.
For sure.
So, you know, John, thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure, and it's good to hear some of your ideas and some of the things that you're wanting to do and looking forward to trying to do. And I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you again and some of our other our other followers and people in Discord. I know I've already got another person interested in too, so man, it's growing. It's beautiful. I love to
Yeah,
see it.
get 'em in. I mean, even if we have more than one guest, four of us, we could have four of us in here. Definitely all for that. I think four might be about the max though we want to do, especially with camera sizes and stuff. But
Yeah,
I
mega
mean, we could
stream.
get more and make them really crazy. But um, with using the internet and having to have the video cameras on here and stuff, I
Hey,
think four would
Danimal.
be about probably the max I would want to push it to. But I'm all for it. I definitely want to continue this podcast road and try to do weekly episodes. Hopefully, we can push one out next week. Have another episode next week. Um, just like the days, not necessarily have set days for it. Right now it's just kind of weekly. But
yeah.
I've enjoyed talking and everything we went over. Definitely let us know when you want to be in another one.
Oh yeah.
Any topics you have, and as far as everyone else too, any topics that you think of or you think maybe good to discuss, make sure you go in the Discord and you post them in the Beer Talk podcast channel. It's a text channel. Give us your ideas, your thoughts, opinions. Post them in there. If you're not in the Discord, in the chat, hit !Discord and make sure you join the Discord family so you can help us out. But it's been fun talking with you, Bundy. It's been great talking with both of you and having these conversations. I think we had a good podcast today, guys.
Yeah, I think so
Absolutely.
too. And I'll say this real quick, and I'll hush. I know I can talk forever. Look, I know this is only your all second episode from what I've seen from the first one, and of course, it's been a blessing to me to be on the actual episode, the second episode at that. Hey, I think you all got something special right here. I really do.
Appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, I really do.
I'm enjoying it. I like I said, it's something I've wanted to do for a while as far as doing podcasts, but it's been fun. And I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say that I'm taking a lot of notes or looking up stuff. I'm kind of just winging it at the moment.
Yeah,
Eventually later on, I want to try to have more topics and looking at stuff. But I mean, I am like if I'm seeing something that's going on in the world or I happen to be on the news or stuff like that, I'll bring it up. But I mean, for the most talk, I mean, we're kind of just a variety podcast. I would put it at. not any specific topic right now. Just kind of talking about anything and everything, and I enjoy it. Like I said, I want to do one. Maybe next stream, if we do one, we can do it on like a Friday or something. Have a relax, have a few drinks kind of podcast.
Yeah.
Definitely something to think about. Maybe
Yep.
maybe we work it out next weekend or something, or it probably have to be a payday weekend, not next weekend. That's not a payday weekend. Who knows? But it's been a pleasure, fellas. I appreciate you guys being here again. Russ, appreciate you being the partner on the podcast. I hope
No
you guys
problem.
have a great evening. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Talk to my chat a minute. I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Yep. Same. Take care. All right. So let's see. I don't think I have my chat set up. Let's see. There we go. Not the best, but so yep. This has absolutely been fun. Thank you everybody for chatting. For those that have chatted, and those who have lurked and just listened, we appreciate it. I know a lot of people love listening to podcasts just to hear the voices. So thank you so much for stopping by. I just want to thank everybody for everything. This has been a good stream, and hopefully we'll have some more. This all is dependent on work schedules and depending on who wants to jump in with us. So, but if any of you guys want to, feel free to join our Discord. Feel free to message us. Feel free to ask any questions or leave any input if you guys have any topics or anything like that. But of course, thank you everybody for everything you do. And I just want to tell y'all good night. And remember, be you.